Hey, this ain't a drill. Only time I plan is on the field. And when I'm on the field, no, I got mad skills. And you know we about to eat this a fast meal. Y'all gotta pay for this heat like a gas bill. We keep on coming back, so yeah, they mad still. 716 make them pay with some bad bills. Red, white, and blue like Superman, so you know we eating at the Super Bowl. Kill the competition, set up the funeral. Josh Allen catching all the shots you go for. We callin' blitz. Ready to start, we ain't calling no quits. I'm the #1 draft pick. A lot of y'all talk, but I ain't hearing it. Only listen to Keith, Sean, and talk about the Bills dominating on the field. All our players got them skills. Buffalo don't make a kill when we talk about the Bills dominating on the field, and our players got them skills. Buffalo won't make a kill.
What's going on? Welcome back to another live episode of the Post Podium Podcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes. I am your co-host, Aramis.
It's Key.
Listen, Melly Mac could not be here today. He really wanted to be here badly, but he just could not.
I feel him in my spirit. I feel him in my spirit.
Yeah, he right here.
He's here
with us. He with us. I do believe he's gonna be in the comments. So look out for that. I don't know if he's gonna be like, as
vocal as I was. I was showing my butt that day. That's why I got to be here. Now you won't let me do it no more.
Right. I made it mandatory. If you know, you come into the studio now, you do it too much. No, I'm just playing. So we got a lot to get to today. We got our new segment called Producer Cues. It's kind of a play on the word cues, cues.
Producer cues
for questions.
Oh, Susie cues, producer cues.
Right.
Like
that?
Okay.
Like that?
Yeah.
I'm getting cute with it.
Yo.
Anyway.
No.
How was that an AO? How?
What did we say
You
wrong?
can't say it.
No. I didn't say ayo. It's just the way.
I'm getting. There's an age disconnect here.
Yeah. I'm about to go drop a bow over there, man.
Huh?
Drop a bow.
Somehow
you know what I meant.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
That was a pause.
Anyway, we got the new segment.
This is my time to troll. So just it's,
Your time to troll. Hey, you
troll,
can do that.
Yeah. Of course. All right. With that being said, we're gonna do producer cues first. Then we'll get the stuff we heard, and then we got our draft segment, right? We
got our what do we call it? The running back review.
Running back review, yeah. So this is gonna include like free agents,
drafts, and who's on the team already.
Beautiful, love it. Can't wait to get to that. Okay, I also have a twist that I want to add to this that might shake some things up.
Hey, let's do it
for how you building this thing out. So, producer cues, let's get to it. What do we got?
all right. So this is left guards. Doesn't matter how many, but it is. You got 2 left guards, and both of them are current.
Left guard,
but they're current. So
it's just got to be left guards or just any guards.
Any left guard.
So we're continuing the drill from last.
Yep. So left guard, right guard.
I purposely tried to avoid linemen last time, but it seems as though I could not escape fast enough.
hey, I said if you guys want to do it, you guys just want to do it. So
okay. You want to go first?
Guards. I didn't think he was going to start at guard, though. Let's see. Okay.
But they're current, so just,
Current left guards.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's see. Left guard. Who's got a good line? Man. You know what? All right, let's do this. Current left guards. Can we just do all guards? 4 guards? Just 4 total guards?
Yeah.
Give me Cordy Glenn. I'm sorry. The other one. Osiris Torrance.
You see that's reaction.
Osiris Torrance. That's
the
one.
Current player you going with?
We're gonna go back and forth.
Okay. You going Cybo?
Because guards is not my forte. I can tell you that right now.
And these got to be like guards from anywhere. Or only the Bills?
Anywhere.
For this one, I'm gonna say the Bills for this one first. So it could just be.
Yeah, but the last drill was like from anywhere.
Yeah, but so I kind of had it. So that's only for just like the
skills positions.
Yeah. So
you want to do Bills for the offensive line?
Yes.
Okay.
All-time Bills or just current?
It's got to be all-time. We ain't got 4 left guards.
Right, we definitely don't.
It's got to be.
No, this one is all-time.
Okay.
So okay, so if I'm doing that, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Eric Wood.
Really?
I'm gonna go Eric Wood when he was a guard. Yeah, just because he can play two positions.
You messed up with that one.
Why you say that?
I think I'm gonna take your boy Levitri.
I'm okay with that.
I thought that was your boy.
Yeah, that is my boy.
Okay,
but I went with him last time, so I just wanted to go with something a little bit different this time.
All right.
I am, however, gonna go back to my guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back to my guy, and his name just slipped my brain. I don't know how that happened just now. I was thinking of what Rich got 3 comments on here.
Rich is already
McDermott for president. Can we do best coaches for these teams?
McDermott.
Who is the leader?
Terry Pagula. Terry Pagula's the leader. Okay. Now we got Rich out the way.
right. Yeah. Who was I gonna say? Who was the guy? Oh, Wyatt Teller.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going Wyatt Teller.
Okay. Can I go? Okay. Wyatt Teller. That's a good one. I forgot all about him. Let me see. Can I go with John Davis from the Super Bowl team?
Who?
John Davis.
John Davis.
Yeah.
We still doing guards?
Yeah, it's 4 guards.
I thought we. Oh, I gotta have 4 and you gotta have 4.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
How many do you guys have?
Guard is like the hardest one to do. It really is. Because who really pays attention to guard until like we needed one?
Right.
I can.
Okay. Let me see. Guards. You know what? I'll go John Feliciano.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The dude.
Okay.
Attitude.
Richie Incognito.
Oh, nice.
Attitude to Richie Incognito.
That was a nice one. I don't know if I'll be able to top that.
Come on, Dad, you got this.
I got one that's like it's gonna take you way back. We've never even seen this dude, but I've heard stories from my pops, from a guy I used to work with.
Okay.
Conrad Dobler.
Who is that?
He was an offensive guard in the early 80s, late 70s.
Okay.
And he was just like you say, gritty. He was to the point where he used to wear, what he did was he would wear his sleeves as the same color, the tape on his arms, the same color as the other team, so he could hold and the refs couldn't see you.
Yo, y'all need to take notes on that.
Conrad Dobler.
Any lineman that's not doing that right now, y'all need to get on that. Man, that's genius. I wonder if refs even know to look for that anymore.
They probably can't go for that anymore.
Huh?
Probably can't even go for that anymore because they got the colors and all that.
Yeah, that's probably right. It's
probably because of him.
All right, so I got the last one. I'm gonna go Craig Urbick. I made sure to do it right before you took a sip.
Craig Urbick. Masterfully done. That's tacky, but masterfully done.
Yeah, it's very tacky, but what am I gonna do? I don't know any of the older guys anyway.
Craig Urbick. Hey.
He wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible either. He wasn't horrible. So, it is what it is.
You're right. Who we going to tackle? Or we going to? So what we doing?
So you guys already did guards, right?
Mm-hmm. Rich said, "Nope, I need more special teams talk." Key.
You got it. Don't worry about it, Rich. I'll figure it out. I'll fit it right in there for you. You ask and you shall receive.
All right. So next one is centers.
Okay.
You need two. You need 2 centers, and this one is
one
is current, one is all time.
Was got okay current. Fine. I'll take the non-low hanging fruit and say Give me Bates. Give me Rick Bates.
For who?
The current center. Then you got to take Morse.
For centers.
And then no, I'm not going to do.
I'm going to go Eric Wood again.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I prefer him over Mitch Morse.
Okay. I mean, obviously, you got to go Kent Hold too. like centers hard because let's think about it. How many centers have we had in the last 20 years? Mitch Morse has been around forever. We had Jeff Handgartner. We had Eric Wood. We had who was it before? No, it was Eric Wood. Then it was Mitch Morse. And because Mitch Morse came with Josh.
It's got to be Rich. It's got to be it's got to be from the Bills.
Who did he say?
He said Jason Kelsey.
Whatever.
No. Yeah,
I mean, he can be. He's part of the Bills Mafia in a sense. Now after he had his shirt off and was drinking Labatt Blues with the fans, he was amongst the people. And I think he actually claims himself to be part of the Mafia now.
Yeah. Sorry, Rich. The rest of the list is all Bills. So.
Well, you tell Rich that I'm not.
I did.
Okay.
I told Rich. Hey, Rich, it's all Bills, man.
All right, because he's bigger than me. I'm afraid of him.
You're bigger. Do you see yourself?
I've never seen him.
I haven't met a person bigger than you, bro. I'm just saying. It's very hard for me to find somebody bigger than you.
No, and tall too. Like, look at you.
Hey, man. I'm working on it.
Goliath.
We got good wings in Buffalo. What do you expect?
True. Very true.
So we gotta have Mitch Morse by virtue now. So we're gonna go to tackles.
I don't have tackles, but if you guys want to do tackles,
so you just went guards and centers?
Yeah, that's weird. We got to do tackles.
We got to do tackles.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go John Fina.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Okay. Let me get I'm not taking Deion Dawkins. Let me get. You know what? Let me get Jason Peters.
I am going to go. Now, we just have to name tackles, or this has to be like the best tackles, or
whoever
tackles
you like.
Whoever I like?
Whoever you like.
Yeah. I'm going to go Mike Williams, man.
You can have it.
Like, I think if he had better coaching, if he had somebody who knew how to motivate him,
I can see it.
Because I like that video you sent me before, like that line of thinking that Mike Tomlin has, where we're not gonna make excuses about players. We're not gonna say, well, they can't be coached and they can't do, like, you just don't want to accept the responsibility of coaching.
It's hard to coach. People are afraid of coaching. Yeah, I mean,
right.
And that's got to be something that you want to do as a man who's making $1 million to lead men. Right. You got to want to coach. You can't. I mean, you can do all the kumbaya stuff, which is cool, but at some point you have to. How to hire conversations. You gotta, kind of ruffle some feathers.
Right.
And I'm telling you, man, I'm just going through the list of tackles we've had, man. This is Spencer Brown being all pro on every one of these lines in the last 20 years.
Yep.
Langston Walker, what's the guy's name? Eric Pears, Demetrius Bell.
Seantrell Henderson.
He was actually one of the better ones for us, too. That's horrible.
Exactly.
Man, you got to go way back.
Yep.
Terrence Pennington. Who the heck is that?
Oh, yeah.
2006.
Didn't we get him from, was he a draft pick or was he from the Jets?
It was Terrence Pennington. He was a rookie. He was a rookie.
He was drafted. I remember Pennington. Wow.
That's real tacky. That's real tacky.
You want a tacky kick today? Everything tacky.
You should see this offensive line configuration for the last 20 years. What were we watching?
Yo.
What were we watching? Mike Gandy? Dude.
Yep.
What? I mean, I remember the names, but it's like, why did they start?
That definitely happened.
Wow, this is fun. Jonas Jennings, there's your boy.
Yeah. He better be on there.
Oh, God. You can take him next. Let's see. Mike Williams. Jonas Jennings. Okay, he was a mainstay. Okay, we had some consistency with Jonas Jennings. Wow, 3 years in a row. He was I'm back in 2001 right now.
Dang.
John Fina and Jonas Jennings again. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Jonas was that fella. Not really, but.
Hey, easy now. Easy.
Marcus Spriggs.
Oh yeah. I forgot all about him.
Robert Hicks. Who the hell is Robert Hicks?
Hey, can't watch it.
I can say that. He was using more colorful language than that. No, I'm joking. I don't want to go Jerry Ostrowski, though. It's just so simple. But I'm back in 97.
Yo.
John Feen and Jerry Ostrowski, and that's who it was forever. Until they retired. Glenn Parker.
You guys still doing tackles?
Give me Glenn Parker, huh?
You guys still doing tackles or what?
I'm way back. Give me Glenn Parker.
We need one more, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't want to go all the way back there.
But you did.
I'm going to this. Who blocked for OJ?
Yo, that's who we need. Nah, I don't think it mattered back then. It did not matter back then.
Who was in 1972? Let's see. Anybody actually was allowed to watch them? Forgive me.
No.
Yo, I'm going with Deion Dawkins light, Demetrius Bell.
You claimed him and Karl Malone still won't.
Demetrius Bell. I can't tell you how hard the city struggled with this dude's name until finally he came out and spelled it for everybody, and we all looked at it like, nah, we gonna go back to the way we were saying it. We like that better. Ain't nobody ever heard Demetrius.
What was his name?
I think well, we all said Demetrius.
Yeah, Demetrius.
No. I'm saying, but what was his name before? Y'all was like, nah.
No, Demetrius.
Yeah, we called him Demetrius, and he was like, nah, it's Demetrius.
Yeah,
Demetrius.
No, not Demetrius.
Demetrius.
Demetrius is better.
Huh?
Demetrius is better.
Right. Like everybody's heard of a Demetrius.
I heard of Demetrius.
It's like he only did this to set himself aside from the rest of the people named Demetrius.
No, but it's Demetrius or not? Like whether or not you're gonna like.
His mom was exceptionally young when she had him, so
exceptionally young. Crazy.
Exceptionally young.
Exceptionally young.
That is a fantastic way to describe that.
Yeah.
She was exceptionally young.
Yeah, and so you know who the dad was. And so, let's put it like this. The dad was famous. The son is younger than me and your dad, but
your mom is
the mom might have graduated with like me. I don't even know.
Key, you can't say that.
She was what, 14 when she had him? 15?
Whoa.
That's not even an AO moment.
Whoa. Why? Why are we saying that?
Because it's happening now these days.
Let's go with you know what? Let's go with Dave Foley. He was a left tackle during O.J. Simpson's 2,000-yard season.
Dave Foley.
I don't expect you to go back that far. Please don't.
I mean, Key, you kind of did too, so it's only right.
I know you forgot about this name already.
I probably did.
Mansfield Rotto.
Rich, get your boy. What you got for McDermott today? Mansfield Rotto. The way you say, why you always say, I hate his face, I hate his name, I hate his guts. Yep. Mansfield
Rotto.
Rotto.
His face, he couldn't do nothing but smirk.
Mansfield, he's on the list. Mansfield Rotto was added to Joey Porter. He's added to Carlos Dansby.
Joey Porter, who's that?
Outside looking in, we're doing a new segment called Producer Cues. And these are, questions that the producer asked. So we're kind of finishing up, how we skipped offensive line last week when we were talking about, it was kind of different because we did like all NFL, what wide receivers would you take, this and that, and the producer switched it up on us. So we're doing.
He got us good.
We're doing all Buffalo Bills linemen. So we've done guards already. We've done center. And we're going through tackle right now. So something similar to what we did last week, just Bills.
And now we have to do head coach, offensive coordinator, and defensive coordinator.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's what we do right now.
Yes, we're doing that now.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Key went back up from the mic.
Head coach.
Got a lot of echo going on over
there.
Who did I not want fired? I didn't want Chan Gailey fired.
No.
I didn't want Chan Gailey fired at all.
Is that for assistant?
No, that's head coach.
Head coach? Okay.
Yeah, head coach. Assistant.
Flip me down a little bit. You see, like, you got echo on me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably the speakers.
Yeah, that's mine too.
Oh.
Because mine had an echo.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so head coach. No, Rich, I'm not doing it. Just because Rich already took it. Rich took him already. You can't now. Oh man, I was going to say McDermott.
You have to.
I was going to, but Rich already took him.
See,
you can't double dip.
You see, I knew when y'all was gonna pick Sean McDermott. I knew it. I called.
No, Rich picked him. I can't.
No, right, Rich
picked him already.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Like he comes into the chat picking Sean McDermott.
He says McDermott.
Like, no matter what.
Bro, McDermott will never be president, bro. I don't know why he keeps trying to say
He
that.
might be. He's only 48.
If Rich had to say, it would happen.
First, he gonna write him in on the ballot in January.
Just go into
He'll write him right in.
Go right into the booth and write Sean. Yo, Rich, I need you to do that. And like, yo, seriously, you have no idea how much publicity we would get off of that. Like all of it. Like just do that, please. Just take a picture of yourself.
Make our thumbnail your face if you do that.
No doubt. And like write the name on the ballot and then take a snapshot with that bad boy and send it in so we can put it up on our page.
Like he put Sean McDermott. He's a savage.
Yep, got to do it.
Off of head coach. Let's go with.
Rex Ryan.
Chuck Knox.
Okay. I mean, you really had to go that far back.
It was either like one or the other. It was either Ralph Wilson, Marv Levy, or Chuck Knox.
Right. Those are the only other ones.
Yeah, you could get in the low hanging fruit and say like I don't know. No, you can't. I would definitely want to say Marone. I couldn't stand his guts.
There's nobody else. Like Chan Gailey was the only one that I didn't want to lose out of all these coaches.
I like Chan.
Yeah,
really liked him.
Like anybody that can get that kind of production out of
that,
out of David Nelson and Donald Jones.
Yeah, and that line, Eric Pears in them. Yeah,
right. He had nothing, and the dude was making magic with it.
And Fitz he made Fitz magic.
Yeah, exactly. Fitzpatrick got another 6-7 years worth of work just off of Chan Gailey.
He got a $67 million contract out of him.
Crazy.
And back then that was it. He said didn't he almost set the market with that contract?
You know what? I wonder if he even talks to Chan Gailey still.
He better talk to him every day.
He better. That better be his adoptive dad or something. He better go visit that dude at the home.
Dad, how you doing? Oh, I'm just living, taking it one day at a time, like that thing I sent you. Man, one foot in front of the other.
Right. Oh my God. just trying to be like you, Dad.
Trying to be like you, man.
Right. Can I borrow $1? That's all I'm saying.
Nah, but I got 50 cents. Yeah. Junior, like, okay, y'all just getting increasingly old by the minute. I know.
Right.
All right. So,
all right.
Assistant head coach. Assistant.
Offensive coordinator. Wait, we doing offensive coordinator?
Yeah, I don't know any assistant.
Al Holcomb next.
right. Al Holcomb. Assistant. I mean, Brian is Brian Daboll for me. It's Brian Daboll for me. Nobody aside from Chan Gailey as a head coach lit this offense on fire the way that Brian Daboll did.
Ted Marchibroda.
All right, folks, that's the end of the show. We'll see you guys later.
All right, so next
you just
one.
broke the whole set.
Defensive head coach.
Huh?
Defensive head coach.
Defensive coordinator.
It can't be Rex because he had the ideas, but nobody could figure his defense out. Like, what? You want me to be where? Mario was like, I quit. I'm done. I'm going to Miami.
I'm going to go with Wade Phillips.
Jim Swartz.
I knew it. That's the only reason I said it. Because I knew that was your boy.
Scared. I was like, don't do it, please.
I'm being nice today. See, I'm a nice guy.
Being nice.
Okay, so what else? We got offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and that's it, right? There are no other aspects to the team.
Yo, I hope not.
No. I said
because if you say special teams, I'm like, yo, I ain't got it for you, man.
No. Because you guys are the special teams, right?
The coach,
yes,
man. We already did the special team. We did that.
We did special teams.
No, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
No,
we did.
We did.
We really did.
We did. Okay, perfect. We did.
We didn't do kick return.
We
didn't do kick return.
Why are you waving a keyboard at me, bro?
I don't know.
This is getting ugly really quick. I don't know what's going on.
It took a left.
You guys
it took a left.
You had the special teams or not, key.
We already did.
This is what happens when we don't have Mel here. Like it just starts
He's
getting
like
wild.
the center.
All right. You guys can go ahead. Oh wait, Dad here.
Huh?
Okay. All right. So, we are moving right along to
Sean McDermott.
Stuff we heard.
Stuff.
We got stuff?
Hey, I can find some stuff.
Let's find some stuff.
What stuff do we have? So, well wishes, I heard Sal Capaccio got a pacemaker.
Sal Capaccio got a pacemaker?
Yeah, I heard he got a pacemaker this week. I saw it on Twitter. So
he tweet?
He's evidently he's back to work and everything, but yeah. So I'm gonna be real nice. I'm gonna be really nice. I mean, hey, you know, for all the stuff we talk about Sal Capaccio, good and bad. You know, I respect what he does. I really do. And as much as we joke about the Bills contaminating his lifestyle and the way he sees the team, I don't think you can find too many people that are more passionate about the team than he is. You can tell by the way he walks, the way he talks, the way he just absorbs all things Bills. So, you know, if this is actually true and he did get a pacemaker and you know, I hope everything works out for you and hope you recover fast and get back to the Sal we know expeditiously. So, remember?
Yeah, I'm going to just leave it. I'm going to leave it with you on that. That was well said. Perfect.
Remember we were talking about, and I said member because I didn't want to say remember. Remember we were talking about players we hated a couple shows ago?
Yes.
Remember I mentioned that bum Jordan Matthews?
Yes.
Yo, he really was a bum. I looked it up because I saw that he actually tried to play tight end last year. Didn't know that. In Carolina. Did you know he came back in the league? He was there last year?
I had heard he came back.
He played in one game.
Mm-hmm.
And
he plays for one game, bro.
I mean, shall we?
I'm sure you want to.
No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to say he never had a 1,000-yard season. He didn't do jack in Buffalo. You definitely didn't do jack in Carolina. So I just thought it was worth saying. You are cemented highly on my list of scrubs.
Scrub.
Also, there was an article. You'll like this. Well, I don't know. I know people that will like this from Patriot Land. I think we know why now Bill Belichick didn't get another job.
Why?
You hear what Tom Brady said?
No.
In an article I saw, Tom Brady was detailing the relationship he had with Bill Belichick. He said, I wasn't going to sign up for more. He said there was no way. He basically, the quotes I got from that, he said, me and Coach Belichick, we did what we loved and competed for 20 years together. But I wasn't going to sign another contract in New England, even if I wanted to play until I was 50. Based on how things had gone, I wasn't going to sign up for more of it. Now, that was compounded by, let's see, where do we want to go first? Brady isn't the only player who spoke specifically about Belichick and the Patriot culture. According to The Athletic, wide receiver Matthew Slater said playing under Belichick was brutal. Rob Gronkowski, a Buffalo boy, said he recalls sitting in his car not wanting to go into the Patriots athletic facility. And Wes Welker compared Brady's treatment to that of an abused dog.
Dang.
This is the GOAT. So he wasn't the GOAT. He was just an abused mutt. And Tom Brady and I, let's see who said this. Oh, Bob Kraft said Tom and I had a number of discussions about how Bill treated him. Tom was very sensitive. He was always looking for Bill's approval, almost in a father-son kind of way, and that's not Bill's style ever to give that.
I mean, to some degree though, we have to hear all this and say, it's the white Joe Jackson, baby. Like, why are we even worried about like that? He made them into champions. Why are we worried about all they whining and complaining? They got 6 rings. What are they worried about? Why are they whining? You know what I mean? Like, all the Jacksons got their millions of dollars, and yes, it was hard. Yes, it was rough. But guess what? Y'all living better than everybody else y'all grew up with.
Yeah, got their noses done.
Cry me a river. Exactly. Y'all had enough money to change anything y'all wanted to change.
Some of them changed more than others. I'm sorry, Mom. Don't text me. My mom gonna be, hey, leave it alone.
Right.
She told me people gonna be out to get me if I don't start talking about people. I was like, dang, what'd I say? She couldn't give me any specifics. So if anybody gives me specifics, know when I bombed on somebody today, please let me know. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna stop, but I just want to know when I do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that abuse is okay of any kind, but I
absolutely
mean,
not.
Like these are grown men. It's like when Dave Chappelle talked about R. Kelly peeing on that girl. It's like if you don't want to get peed on, just move out the way. Like if you don't want to play for the Patriots, just quit. Just go home.
Scoot over.
You're right. Get out of the way and make space for somebody else to get in there.
You got it.
That's just the bottom line of it.
Yeah.
Wow, he cracking up over there.
Always,
it's true. You don't want to get peed on. Get out the way.
He always over there giggling.
Did he really pee on a girl?
Huh?
Did he really pee on her?
R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo,
that's an AO moment.
That is an AO moment.
If you ever knew
I'm not gonna lie, Ken. You kind of beat me to that, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Ken is watching, so we can't really go too far into it, but
anyway. Yeah. So also, Jimmy Garoppolo is being suspended 2 games, and subsequently is going to be released by the Raiders.
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell, Pierce likes him. I could see that coming.
Yeah, I mean, it was just he's not that
outside
good.
Looking in says Brady was Tina Turner.
Dang. Yeah.
Get back in that booth.
I can see it. Let's see. What else do I have? Bill O'Brien decommitted from Ohio State's offensive coordinator job and committed to the Boston College head coaching job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he said he definitely had an opportunity to stay in New England. He thought it was really important for Coach Mayo to hire his own staff. I came and worked for Bill Belichick, and I think it's really important for Gerard to be able to hire who he wants. You didn't want to play for Gerard Mayo, or you didn't want to coach for Gerard Mayo.
No, of
you
course
just
not.
didn't want to do that.
Not when you work for the greatest of all time.
Right. You I thought it was important. You got it. You didn't want to do that. So let's not beat around the bush here.
Right.
But yeah, so I think if you're going to the ACC, obviously you want to go to a team that's not going to be on TV, I guess. He didn't want to go back to his old conference, the Big East, or not Big East, the what is that? Is it the Big Ten? Is it still the Big Ten? Big 8? I don't even know what Penn State is anymore.
It's about to be the Big 12, ain't it?
It's a Big 12. I don't know if they changed. I don't know where they're going. They're reorganizing everything. So,
it was the Big Ten this year.
It was the Big Ten. Okay, yeah. So it was still okay. So he started off with Penn State. He was supposed to go to Ohio State. Said no. I guess Penn State scared him. James Franklin's he's a heck of a dude.
So basically, he doesn't want the pressure to have to win right now.
I guess not, because when is the last time Boston College really been relevant? Matt Milano?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, they got people that come out of there, but you don't see them in any contention to be in the playoffs.
Right. Okay.
So what you got? What's your twist?
So we were talking about we were going through the positions and stuff like that. Like that's the series we're in now, and I had this thought: are we certain that the team is going to go with air raid, or might they stay in the 12? Right, and that matters because the players that we're looking at, running backs, wide receivers, all of that matters because it has to fit the scheme that we're running.
Right.
Now, 2023's iteration of the Buffalo Bills, in my mind, was a bad conversion from a vertical system to a 12 formation, zone run scheme, all that kind of stuff, right? So the twist, the twist that I'm gonna add to this series is we should have a solution for each side. If they decide to stay with the 12, if they decide to go air raid, because right now those are the two top options, right? Unless they find some miracle way to mesh the two, that would just be weird. But
I think Dalton Kincaid could be the way to mesh them. Could be the way to mesh them, because if you don't, I'd be basically the Earnhardt Perkins still. If you go 12, because Dawson Knox would be your. I did it right. Dalton Knox and Dawson Kincaid didn't come out of my mouth just yet. It's going to.
You made it work.
I'm gonna leave it right there.
All right, folks. See you later.
Have a good one. So no, I think with Knox with his hand in the ground like he's naturally supposed to be, and you can move Kincaid around to. You can put him outside wide. You can put him in the slot. You can put him in motion. Even though he's not the biggest guy. Yeah. So, he's got movement skills, and you can put him pretty much wherever you want, as long as you don't plan on leaving him there. Yeah, I think we can exercise that. That'd be interesting. I mean, quarterback doesn't change at all.
No,
so,
right.
Yeah, that's going to be what it is. We didn't have a backup solution except for Joe Milton or somebody else.
Yeah, I was going to say even with Joe Milton, still
he'll be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can move that along with. I'm not sure, and I thought about that as well, but all signs point to why shouldn't we go to the air raid?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about, and that's I titled the episode "McDermott Has to See It This Way."
Mm-hmm.
It really, if you look at the way the roster is constructed right now, anything aside from a vertical offense would be doing the same exact thing that Rex Ryan did to our defense when he came here. He didn't need to switch it around.
Right.
He chose to switch it around.
Mm-hmm.
The 12 formation was a choice,
Mm-hmm.
right? And from what I've seen and heard, I believe it's a Sean choice to do that, right? Part of it could have been because Ken Dorsey, played in that when he was in college. There's other factors that might, say, okay, well, Ken Dorsey had a hand in that. But I can't imagine Ken Dorsey going from having the second best offense in the league statistically in his first year as offensive coordinator to saying, you know what? I want to get to some stuff I know. It may not be second overall, but you know what? At least I'll be comfortable with it. I can't see him doing it.
They tanked hard. I agree with that. I think the major point in that thought is Dorsey's never done it before.
Right.
Whereas Joe Brady's done it at a high level, even though Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, whatever. You could have, you add in, you're not going to find a Jamar Chase at 28, more than likely. You're not going to find a Justin Jefferson for sure.
They have to trade up. There's no like, aren't we at the point now where we and I know you hate this idea. I know, like it's
not necessarily. I mean, how far are you talking about? It's got to be reasonable.
If they're gonna get who's the guy? Troy.
You can stay there and get him.
Huh?
You can stay there and get him
at 28.
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people saying he's gonna be gone by then.
No, I'm starting to see Brian Thomas slipping to 27. So if you really want, if he's there at 26, you could slide up a spot or two.
Yeah.
Which is more palatable. Obviously we're not going to talk about Malik Neighbors. We're not going to talk about obviously not Marvin Harrison Jr. And Roma Dunze. They're done. I'm not even thinking about them. I stopped scouting them. I stopped watching them. I don't even acknowledge their existence for that very reason. But yeah, I'm starting to see, and there are guys that it's not, as they say, the sexy pick to take a second round wide receiver. There's some talent in the second round. Now, some people are so lax they think it's so deep you can go in the fourth, fifth, sixth round to get no.
You need a first round guy.
I can come up with some scenarios where you can trade back into the early second.
Yeah. So
I can see that.
Right. So okay, then, and I'll just ask you this right off the bat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And today we're talking running backs, but
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask.
It's on your mind. Go ahead.
So if we get to 28
mm-hmm.
and Troy Franklin is gone, Keon Coleman is gone, Brian Thomas is gone, like all these bigger, faster receivers that could potentially become a number one or 1A to Steph Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another player that you would be comfortable selecting at 28, or would you feel the need to trade back and just wait for a receiver?
No, I mean there's no more receivers at 28 I would reach for. There are a lot of players I would take.
What about like a specific position? Well, okay. Then let's look at it this way.
Mm-hmm.
After receiver, what's the second most important position we need to fill in the first round?
Well, I have a mock I did,
okay.
But without the mock, let me see. What did I do? I don't know if I think I took a receiver because Troy Franklin was there. But the second most important position, depending on what we do at Daquan Jones for me, is that D tackle spot, that one tech.
Okay.
And at 28, if you want to do that, you can go ahead and get your
my boy?
Your Sweat, yeah.
Yes!
You can go get Sweat. Because I think this mock actually had Sweat going right after our pick at 29. But I ended up getting Brian Thomas Jr. in the first round at 28.
Okay. Tell us about Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas Jr., SEC. He is, if it wasn't from Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas would be that guy. He's about 6'3", 205 or so. He's about 4.4 speed. You know, he's going to give you everything you want downfield. He's going to give you he's got a little nuance to his route running he has to work on. You know, he rounds off his routes a little bit. But in our system with Steph Diggs, with the guys that we have, you've seen the work that Khalil Shakir put in. It can be done. You know, he's a multi-level threat. And you're looking at a guy who can take a screen and go along with it. So Brian Thomas, he's not the speed that you get out of Troy Franklin, because Troy Franklin's out of this world, like a 4.3. They're expecting him to run.
Yeah, he was clocked in college. He clocked 4.3. Brian Thomas, I think, clocked a
4.42.
4.45. I think it was 4.45.
Yeah, 4.45
in college.
I'm expecting a 4.42 at the combine.
Wow.
But I mean, the size differential, the high point, the nastiness, the swagger. He's the kind of guy that I could see being a superstar, and I could see a world where we could have another Mahomes on our hand if we pass him up, if he's there.
Wow.
So yeah, I think he'll be a guy that you'll kick yourself for not taking for years to come. So if he is there at 28, you jump on that and disregard everything else.
6'4", 205 with 4.4 speed. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so Sweat if there's no receivers there, right? Because the guys we're looking at are Brian Thomas, Keon Coleman, and Troy Franklin. Those are the guys that we think are going to be there.
You know what, Keon Coleman, I'm not high on.
Okay.
He kind of reminds me of Kelvin Benjamin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not a lot of separation.
And as big as he is, he doesn't. His highlight tape will show you he gets 50-50 balls, but not as much as you would think. You know, a lot of his passes, you know, for guys that are familiar with UV again, what was his name? Came out with KJ Osborne, Anthony Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Same kind of player. You know, a lot of deep, wide open passes. I mean, you benefit from a dual threat quarterback, which was I forget his name now. But you know, you get a lot of attention towards the quarterback they had, just by virtue of who he was. Like I said, he was a first round draft before he broke his leg. Wow. So you know, you couple that with some of the other pieces they have. They had a good slot man. They had a good wide receiver on the other side as well. But I Coleman, I'm not as high as I was on when I really did my research on him. I would definitely be into Thomas Jr. I'd be into Franklin, and Franklin is solely for the purpose of your air raid. Because he's not physical. He's really not going to get you the 50-50 balls. He's not going to catch in traffic like you would want him to. And he's more of a go route guy. He can run other stems on the
This is Franklin you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the tree, but for me, the most consistent
6'3", 227. I thought I'm sorry. 6'3", 187.
There you go. Like no, that's not.
Yeah, no, he's not.
No, he's not going to. And I mean, he runs away from you, and once he gets a little space, he's out of there. So. Okay. It's attractive and it's fun, and with Josh Allen's arm, it'll work. But you got to know if you're doing the air raid or not, and that's something that this draft will really be telling. If you get Brian Thomas Jr., we won't be able to discern anything.
So it sounds like you're saying Troy Franklin is a much taller Lee Evans.
I'm glad Mel's not here for that. Troy Franklin is a much taller. Yeah, he's a taller version of Lee Evans. I think that's safe to say.
Outside Looking In has a good question.
What's that?
He says, what is our scouting department good at drafting? Before with Doug at GM, we were great at drafting running backs, wide receivers.
Wait, this is Outside Looking In?
Yeah.
He's great at drafting Josh Allen.
No. Outside Looking In, you thinking about Boz.
Oh, that was Boz?
Yeah, Boz is the one that got a problem with Josh
Allen. I retract that. My bad,
Boz,
OLI.
where you at, bro?
Nah. My bad, OLI. Right. Let's see. Okay, if you want to run down the scouting department and what does that really consist of? That's a hard question to answer, only because of this. You'll like this answer I'm going to give. How much of it is scouting and how much of it we've seen is McDermott? I don't know who's pulling the trigger. You know, they can say blue in the face, Mahomes was your guy. They can say blue in the face, you know, you should have went and got X, Y, Z. You passed on this guy. But we'll never know because we never see it in those Bills videos that we get where Bean and McDermott, we don't know what's on that board. We don't see it.
Right.
All we know is where we get what we get. Right. So, I mean, it's safe to say the team as a whole is good. I'd say, you know what, you can't say D-back because
yes, you can.
Can you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That was going to be my answer. 100%.
D-back?
100%.
Okay.
You drafted Levi Wallace. He became a number one corner for the Steelers for a year.
Well, he fell in their lap. They didn't even draft him.
Right.
Yeah.
You got
Kyer Elam.
You got Dane Jackson, who could be a serviceable backup or starter on another team. Like, I look at it like this: the Bills have done a great job of drafting players in the first round that don't do great here, but go somewhere else and be great.
See, I don't like that.
I get it.
Well, okay.
To me,
You're right. No, you're right. You're right.
The coaches they hire.
Because in the scope of his question, that's right.
Yeah.
That just means that's an indictment on the people developing them.
100%.
So yeah, you're right. You can say D-back because if you look at, like you said, Levi, you look at Dane, he stuck around for a while. You know, for me, when I first interpreted that question, I was thinking, who produced? Who did well?
True.
And that's the thing where you say Dane, it's like he's platoon. He's
it would
like,
have to be linebackers if you're looking at production.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
That's been the most productive position
at this
on
point.
the team.
I mean, I think I would say their weakest is D-line.
Oh, he's looking at not on defense. He's looking at
offense,
and it can't be Allen.
No, it was a joke because I thought you were biased last week.
Yeah.
No,
wow. So we got to pick.
It can't be quarterback because quarterback is just Josh Allen. That's it. And
well,
then
they didn't even know he was going to become that. Like, as much as they want to talk about we believed in him, blah blah blah. Like, that's nonsense. They had no idea who he was.
Now, this is the funny part about it. I don't know if you ever looked at it like this, and I wish Mel was here for this thought. Could Josh Allen be better somewhere else? As great as he is, because they gave him the green light to throw interceptions and fumble or whatever. And I'm not saying that because I'm making fun. I'm saying, think about what would have happened with Marone here. Marone would have benched him.
Can you imagine what he would have been in Houston?
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine what he would have been? As great as he is he as good as he could have possibly been? No, I don't think.
Definitely not.
So, you can't. They might have thought Josh Allen was going to be this, but could he have been better? Is kind of where I'm going with it.
Right, and we can even attribute Josh Allen's growth or his ascension to superstardom to Brian Daboll's work with him.
Daboll and Palmer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which are not on our roster staff.
Exactly. Statistically, he's gotten worse since Daboll's left.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Proof is in the pudding. Okay, so we got to pick
we're
a position,
stalling.
though.
Okay, so let's go through it. No, this is a good exercise. Let's go through it. See, running back. They drafted James Cook. They drafted Devin Singletary.
That's got to be a no. I like James Cook, but Devin Singletary, that's 50%. That's not good enough. It's not good enough.
LaShawn McCoy.
What?
Huh?
Devin Singletary. Motor.
LaShawn McCoy.
Nah.
They didn't draft him. He was a free agent.
Who's that?
Actually, they traded for him.
Who's this?
LaShawn McCoy.
Oh, yeah, they traded for him.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It would have to be
wide receiver.
Oh, I hate saying
Can
this.
it be wide receiver?
No.
Because they got Gabe. They got Khalil.
If we're not looking at production, then we can probably say tight end. Because they probably have two of the best young tight ends.
I think you could say that with production, honestly.
Really?
I think so. I think so. I mean, especially like I said, I wasn't even joking. I got the stats to back it up. Dawson Knox is like the third best tight end all time for the Bills. And then you got Kincaid, who's going to eclipse all of them, 100%. Probably by next season.
That's what I'm saying. I hope so. I really hope so.
So yeah, I mean, man,
because receiver, you can look at who that they've drafted. I mean,
you got Shakir.
Shakir's the only draft pick
that's
that they've
the
had
only
that's
one
come in and looked like he could really be something.
Yeah, and I mean, Justin Shorter, you can say what you want. The potential we've seen.
Yeah,
he ain't. The math ain't math. And I mean, he looks like an Adonis, but it's not working out right now. He better go with Khalil Shakir and work out with Eric Moulds.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got the body for. He's almost built the exact same as Eric Moulds. Go figure it out.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I think aside from. I mean, can we say guard?
No, because they pissed off Wyatt Teller.
Cody Ford.
They pissed Wyatt Teller away. They didn't. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's got to be tight end.
Yeah, it can't be center. We didn't draft a center. We drafted what? 2 tackles, 3 tackles. Yeah, I mean Spencer Brown and
respect Deion Dawkins at all.
I know you don't. Spencer Brown, Deion Dawkins, and Tommy Doyle. I thought Tommy Doyle was going to be a good old line, but he can't stay healthy. I think he's got a case of his body. You know, I bet you Tommy Doyle is going to be Eric Wood when he retires. In other words,
just lose a bunch of weight,
lose all that weight because the way he keeps getting hurt, it tells me his body can't handle the weight he's carrying.
Yep.
So, strongest in Knox, good player, seems like a good dude. I just don't think that his body is made for that. So yeah, I don't know. Eli, do you agree with it being tight end, or what do you think? Do you think it's, you think it's something else?
Yeah. All right. Let me see. Yeah, I can't think anything. I mean, they didn't draft a fullback. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Offensively, let's look it up. Let's see. Let's go draft by draft and see where they fall. Just because I'm curious now.
Let me see.
It's not too hard. I look it up so I don't miss anybody.
All right, so I'm gonna start at 17 and see who we had on the roster, right?
So I can do. You know what? I can find our drafts. I'll just go drafts from 17. I actually have it on a file somewhere, but I wasn't equipped to pull it up. So let's do it. Team draftees 2017. '20, 19, 18, 17. Okay, so in 17 we took Zay Jones. We took Deion Dawkins. Nate Peterman, quarterback's out. That was supposed to be their franchise guy. No, Zay Jones and Deion Dawkins. Obviously Deion Dawkins is still here, so even though you have a hard time respecting his game, 3 Pro Bowls. What is this? 3 start 6 years as a 5. 6 years as a starter in Buffalo with 3 Pro Bowls. That's okay. It's not too bad. It's just hard to evaluate objectively a guard or tackle. They don't really get stats. They don't get anything that we can use as a tangible proof of whether or not he's good or not. So those are our 2 from 17. 17. 18, the mystical year where we took Josh Allen, Ray McLeod, and Austin Pro. I wanted to give him the ultimate middle finger to that draft because I had to wait 3 days for you to tell me we're taking Ray McLeod and Austin Pro. I don't care what anybody tells me. Ray McLeod, even though he played in the Super Bowl, does not amount to a hill of beans.
Well, Ricky Pro, man.
Austin
the Carolina connection.
Yeah, I know. Was McDermott even there for Ricky Pro? He probably was. If he wasn't, that's even worse. He's like, I heard he played here. Your son plays? Come on by.
Outside looking in, you about to start a rant.
Oh, what do you say? Is it my rant?
He about to start a rant.
My turn?
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can get through this. Oh man, you about to start a rant. So how much faith do you have in our scouting department?
Okay.
He says, hold on. I hate this heart thing. It's in the way of these comments sometimes. I can't see the words
Hold on, I can just see what I can see.
To help.
How much faith do you have in our scouting department to help draft any real good weapons for Allen? While he's stewing on this, let me just revisit Ray McLeod and Austin Pro and Zay Jones. Those are our first 3 attempts at weapons for Josh Allen. Then they doubled down and went and got Kelvin Benjamin. So the scouting department this year, trash. I can tell you right now,
trash.
If we don't come away,
trash.
I think he's gonna have a core meltdown. He's gonna have a meltdown. You formulating your words? It's coming. I will tell you right now why you're trying not to get us canceled.
It's been right in front of everybody's face the entire time. The entire time. The absolute second, you draft a corner like Tre'Davious White and make him your number 1 corner. And part of the reasons that he gets drafted is because he's a senior, so he has college experience.
And he wore number 18, don't forget.
And he wore number 18, which means he was like highly respected on his college team.
Yeah.
So we're putting so much emphasis on a college player's, I don't know, emotional accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
Because to wear number 18, that's an emotional accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like, it wasn't like he had 10 interceptions every season.
He didn't.
It was just people liked and respected him. They liked his work ethic.
He was a good special teamer too. Remember, he used to return punts.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
You know their emphasis on special teams.
The second that I realized that was the criteria, I said we got a problem.
Yeah.
We got a problem because he wasn't fast enough.
No.
Right? The combine said, "Oh, he's a 4.4 guy." Mm-hmm. He don't run like a 4.4 guy. No. He don't play like a 4.4 guy. He plays like a 4.5, 4.6 guy.
He looks faster when he's matched against like against Tyreek Hill. He looks faster, but he doesn't he's got that blazing speed that just takes over the game. You don't see that, like you said. 4.4 or 5 is about right when he's against the faster guys, but he plays with a lot of nuance. And that's what saves him. Right.
A couple comments. Super promo videos. Welcome to the show, man. He says, excuse me. He says, even if Bean gets a good receiving weapon, McDermott won't play them until the second season. I still have no idea why.
That's going. And this is going to be here. That's going to be hard to do because you don't have the money to isolate it.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's gonna be real hard to do.
Again, this is why I titled the episode. He's got to see it this way. He's got the whole approach that Sean McDermott has taken for the last 6 years has to be different this year.
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, it's not even because we were talking about hot seat. It's not because we're talking about Super Bowl. It's not because we're talking about anything else. But it has to be
right. If you want to win, it has to change.
Nah. It just has to be because we can't afford to do nothing else. It just has to be. There's no other way to do it.
I mean, yeah. Maybe it just changes because he ain't got a choice.
You will see a rookie or Justin Shorter starting opposite Stephon Diggs this year. You will.
I agree with that. I don't think, at the very least, they'll restructure Hardy to keep him around because they already have him. Mm-hmm. But in terms of having another outside receiver, it's Shorter and whoever else they can draft. That's really all it is.
If you put Hardy outside, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid are going to have career years. That's the only way it can be.
Oh my gosh! And sadly, I might still take that. I might still take that. Yeah. Super promo videos writes if they fumble or drop a pass, that receiver won't play for weeks.
Yeah, and then you got to have who do we have? Darnell Shavers. They got to call him up. They have nothing. They literally have
who's future. Let me see his future contract. Oh, KJ Hamler.
He probably won't make the team.
He'll be hurt before the season.
He will be hurt.
Right.
But I mean, we don't have Sherfield. We don't have anybody. You're not going to be able to get an Anquan Bolden kind of player. You're not going to get. There's nothing you can do because you're not going to get a viable number 2 wide receiver on a minimal contract. And we're going to go into exactly who's there next week Monday. We'll go into exactly wide receivers, and that's going to be a show. Producer, I don't know if do you have questions lined up for Monday? Because we might need a lot of time on Monday to get through wide receivers.
Do you guys want me to do questions for Monday?
Why don't we keep Monday open for wide receivers, and then if we got time, then we can. Because I know you got questions like pretty much every episode.
Yeah. We don't want to run through. I just want to let you know right now. Next week is probably going to be, or Monday is going to be the show that's going to take. Because this is the show everybody wants to hear about, the wide receivers.
All right, so how about this? Every Monday, whatever questions you guys want me to
No, it don't have to be every Monday. Like just
whatever you got.
Just this Monday.
Yeah, whenever you got. Yeah.
So we'll switch it up just for this Monday.
Because when we get to offensive line, you can ask. We probably ask the whole show of questions.
But I wanted to say this in terms of all of the offensive players that we've seen play so far. If and I don't even know if you could say this, but if we can't push Sean McDermott to a point where he's willing to let these guys make mistakes on the field in the same way that Andy Reid did all season long this past season, I don't know how Bills Mafia, Bills Nation, I don't know how any of the fans would buy another ticket after that.
Fam, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes dropped Tyreek Hill and subsequently won 2 consecutive Super Bowls. They dropped the most electric wide receiver in the league and won immediately. No excuses, no drop off. We still got Steph Diggs, people. You better figure out how to use them.
Right.
You still got James Cook, who people are saying. I mean, last year, we're going to get into it, but last year, James Cook was amongst running backs with 200 or more carries, probably the second best running back in the league by stat.
Oh, I got a question.
Outside of touchdown, because Josh Allen stole them all. Huh?
How would you? Okay, so if you were a GM or head coach, how would you use Stephon Diggs? Like say it's that Bills and Chiefs game in the playoffs. Like, if you were a head coach of the team, like how would you use Diggs against those? Yeah, Diggs against those defenders. Like how would you use him to win the game? I
would honestly, and I know you're going to disagree with this, but I would find a way to get him in the slot. I would definitely find a way to get him in the slot.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Ooh!
And I think they it sucks because they had nobody else to put on the outside.
Right.
If they would have moved Diggs to the slot, they literally would just they would have handcuffed one side of the field for themselves. But going into this season, if they do the draft right, and if they can find maybe one, older receiver or one guy that's got something to prove and put him on a 1-year contract that can play outside, they can really do some damage putting Diggs in the slot because is as much as we want to say, Diggs is a number one.
Right.
There's a lot of good corners coming into the league over the last 3-4 years.
And the thing is, even you can. So that's the thing that when we were talking a long time ago, when I said Khalil Shakir, I want him to be the number 2 wide receiver, but in the slot.
Yeah.
It's the same concept. Like,
yep.
Who says the X has to be number 1?
Yeah, Keenan Allen's the number 1 for his team. Plays the slot for the last 5 years.
Right. I mean, you got to be creative. I mean, think about his. He doesn't have the top end speed, but he has speed.
Yep.
He can break down any defense.
Right.
What does he do already? He catches the ball, he gets a little bit and goes down.
Yep.
What did Beasley do? You got Beasley on steroids with Stephon Diggs. If you can find a way. Oh my God! Can you think of it? And then you get a Troy Franklin on one side, even a Hardy on the other. Get Hardy a couple balls.
Right.
If you get Hardy, they're gonna have to play him honest. And guess what? Diggs, Kincaid, wide open.
Exactly.
James Cook, wide open.
Exactly.
Josh Allen's going for 5,000 yards.
I would love to see that.
I would too, and that's me. And people think, Mel, when he's here, Josh Allen, you win because 17. I don't believe that. But if you get this configuration, 5,000 yards.
Yeah.
You're talking about. Hopefully he'll figure out how not to run for 15 touchdowns. I know it was fun to watch and all these. I don't want him doing that. I want somebody else. I want Josh distributing that pill. That's basketball lingo. Sorry.
I want to get to that in a second because we're talking about running backs today, and I wanted to touch on.
Oh
that,
yeah, we definitely. I
want to get to.
OLI got me opened up.
Huh?
OLI got me opened up.
yeah,
got me opened up. I'm ready now.
Get you. He said Bean needs to evaluate his scouts and not mortgage Allen's future picks, a.k.a. weapons in the future. If his department is dropping the ball, just a thought.
And that's promo, right?
Huh?
That's promo?
No, that's outside looking in.
Okay.
So here's my thought on it. If you go back, and we did on this show, we went back and we looked at Bean's history with Carolina. Draft picks like John Beeson, Luke Kuechly, Shaq Thompson, the corner they drafted. What's his name? He played here. He's still here.
Josh Norman.
Josh Norman, right? Bean was part of drafting some big names on that Carolina defense that helped. Well, that were, I would say, the major reason why they went 15-1 that year. Bean was a part of that scouting team, so I want to say he can pick guys, right? The position that he held in Carolina, he was very close to the decision makers, and he was part of that decision making process, right? Yep. So if I'm looking at his, the players they drafted just on defense, right? Because even when they drafted Kelvin Benjamin, he was great in his first 2 years. I don't think anybody can deny that,
right?
And he was a draft pick by Bean, so. Devin Funchess was another guy who, solid receiver, could never stay healthy, but was a big 6'4" guy, great hands. Never really got a chance again because of his injury history, but he was a Bean draft, so a draft pick. So I don't think the issue is Bean. I think the issue is the criteria that Sean McDermott puts on these draft picks, and that's why I mentioned the whole Tre'Davious White thing, because we hear now consistently that there's a certain type of player that Sean McDermott is looking for, and when you look at Kaiir Elam, and you hear Sean McDermott talk about. Actually, this might have been Sal Capaccio reporting on this on the radio. He was talking about when Sean was sitting in the meeting with Kaiir Elam, and Kaiir Elam goes to pull out his notebook, and Sean saw the jubilation or the how can I say, the passion that came through in Kaiir Elam when he's talking about all these notes that he's taking.
Yeah, the notebook. When he pulled that notebook out, he lost it.
Right.
There's video proof. This is not even hyperbole. This is real.
Right. So when you're looking at those types of things as things that get the head coach interested in a player, and we're not talking about their like Mike Tomlin said on that video, if we're not talking about pedigree, nothing else matters.
Right.
Because everything else can be coached and should be coached. Right. So never mind the Tre'Davious White wearing 18. What did he run? Right. What's his pedigree? What is his athletic ability? Can he keep up with the receivers in the league? Can he keep up with tight ends in the league? Because he might be covering both.
Well, this is I pulled up a scouting report from what year is that, 2017. His weaknesses were struggles with big receivers, gets boxed out, receivers make catches over him, could be picked on in the red zone. Now, one of his strengths was his upside. Should play quickly. Very experienced. Dangerous punt returner, special teams contributor, can play in a zone, quality instincts, not a gambler, has ball skills, recoverability, loose hips, quick feet, athletic. So,
yeah.
I mean, we've seen that on the film. We've seen it.
Right.
But what we also saw was McDermott not trying to double down and duplicate it. He got happy. He got complacent. He didn't go and get another one. He just said, okay, fine, Levi Wallace for the next 3 years, sign me up. And I like Levi,
right?
But Levi should be fighting. He should have really been fighting for his job every year as a walk-on. Look what they did to Cam Lewis. He's playing safety now. When they were doing, I think it was Joe Marino on Locked On, he did a cornerback series, and he didn't even mention Cam Lewis. He's fully a safety now, and he's never played safety before he was a Bill. So my point is, where's the competition? Now why do we want to fight? Why do we want to make sure Tre'Davious White is a Bill next year? Why do I care? We got Rasul Douglas.
As long as he's a safety, he can stay on my team.
I don't even know if I'm there. I mean, I don't
I'm
know.
Get rid of the contract. I'm with you.
Yeah, my thing is, I mean, at this point, I'm like, yo, if he can't be at least number 2, and everybody loves Christian Benford, but if you can't be number 2, you can't be on my team.
Yeah, but I don't want 2 number 2s on my team.
Well, Benford's a mainstay, but you got to do something with Trey White. And my thing is, if Trey White can't be a number 2, he can't be on my team. That's the way I look at it.
So you wouldn't even take him at safety?
I don't know if he'll translate to safety with an Achilles and a bad knee. That'd be tough. It depends on what they want to do with him. If he's a drop back, kind of cover the middle of the field kind of guy, probably.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough because he would have to be a box safety.
You got to be a box safety, and he can't. He's not a hitter. He's not physical. And think about it. You got to be able to plant that leg. And how you gonna pivot and plant? I think it's tough. It's risky. I mean, if they're not wanting to try Kaiir Elam back there, then I don't know why they would be wanting to put Tre'Davious. And I don't want them to move Christian Benford to the safety permanently. Everybody wants because they're trying to fit in Tre'Davious White.
Right.
But Christian Benford has already proven he's better than Kaiir, in their eyes at least.
Just in that scheme, in that defensive scheme.
Yeah, in their eyes at least, so right. I don't want to move him, especially, Rasul Douglas, we have him for one more year for sure. Yeah. And if they do so, they'll probably get something done where he'll come in, vet min extension 2-3 more years. He's only 30 in August or whatever it is. But yeah, so I think a world where Trey White is not on his team anymore is very possible.
I want to get to these comments by Outside Looking In.
Go ahead, yeah.
He wrote in, but they needed Cam to do everything on offense. Yeah, so here's, and I get exactly where you're going, because the bottom line of this is, aside from Josh Allen, what on offense has been drafted that's been worth anything more specifically at wide receiver, right? Because I think we can all point at Dalton Kincaid and say he's a young budding star that could potentially become a superstar if given a chance. Mm-hmm. We all love Shakir, who was a pick by Bean. Excuse me, and we love James Cook. So we've got 3 weapons on offense that we know we for sure like. Dalton Knox, he needs a comeback year for me, mm-hmm. right? He had one good year, got his contract, and we it's been injuries and not really,
Yeah, I think for him the slider, and I wanted to touch on what Promo put in there. Sean McDermott, the coach, is similar to Marv Levy when he was a GM. They both like overachievers and good boys, and not necessarily the most talented, which is definitely a mistake. Definitely. And honestly, that comment right there is kind of why the show started.
Okay, so you just opened up a whole new can of worms. Like, okay, so outside looking in, I want to get to this. So he says, what weapons did Cam have? Kelvin Benjamin, Steve Smith was already there. Devin Funchess was a draft pick by them again. Like I mentioned, he was injury prone.
Olsen.
Greg Olsen was a tight end they drafted there. So they had some good weapons. But here's the deal with that offense. And this is part of the reason why I think Sean went with Brandon Beane, and why the team is built this way. This team they tried to build this team almost exactly like that Carolina team. They went with young corners, right? Corners that were great in zone, not great in man coverage. Same thing in Carolina, mm-hmm. right? They go with linebackers that were great in coverage, and they just happened to luck out with John Beeson, Luke Kuechly, and Shaq Thompson. Or, I'm sorry, Thomas Davis. I keep saying John Beeson. Thomas Davis, Luke Kuechly, and Shaq Thompson. The defensive line they had, I think Julius Peppers was in his last year at that point when he was there. But then they drafted K'Wan Short. They had who's the other kid they had on at defensive tackle?
Didn't they have Lutulele?
Yeah, they drafted Star Lutulele, right? Yep. So, they built this Bills team in the same exact way that they built the Carolina team. And it didn't take them as far, right? When you look at the way the Carolina offense worked, it only worked because of Cam Newton. And I think this Bills offense only works because of Josh Allen, right?
I take it a step further because I agree with Oli in the regard that the wide receivers, I mean, we have Stephon Diggs, and Cam Newton did not have a Stephon Diggs on his team.
That's true.
But I think, like you just said, replicating the quarterback tight end duo with Greg Olsen, Dalton Kincaid, and they're like, let's run it back like that. What else we get is residual. No, it's not going to work these days.
Right, not now. It would have back then.
Yeah,
and it did. It got them to a Super Bowl. It was a whole different league by the time they got here.
Yeah, tight ends do different. Olsen was an anomaly back then. That's the thing. Olsen not having his hand in the ground all the time, lining up in the slot.
That's back when Jimmy Graham was big, right. and
they were like
Julian Thomas, the other guy.
They were like, what are we doing with these guys? What are these tall basketball players? What are we doing?
Yep.
And now it's like, you see with Travis Kelce, it's like, okay.
Right. You got Kyle Pitts running around.
Right.
David Njoku, like every tight end.
They're all athletic guys.
One.
They don't block. They don't have to block.
Right.
So that's why when Rob Gronkowski and Kelce was hot, they were like, wow, these guys, they're complete. Yep. They're not glorified wide receivers. These guys actually are putting their hand in the ground almost every play, and they're blocking, and then they're bouncing off and they're catching the ball.
Right. So my point in saying all that is, while yes, I do agree, we don't have a ton of proof that Beane is going to be able to draft some real, weapon style wide receivers for this team. I have to at the very least have some confidence that he's found one so far. And aside from Gabe Davis, who did have a really good playoff game and very early on did show promise in Dayball's system, those two guys in my mind were the only guys that were drafted that really got a chance to play with the team. Everybody else that they drafted, they couldn't get on the field. Mm-hmm. Now, to me, that's a Sean McDermott thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But all that is to say, this is the year we find out.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't. That's one of the questions here. I said I don't know how to answer that, and I said it a lot because I have a lot of things going in my head when people ask questions like that, because there's a lot of variables and it's just not an open and shut answer. Because like I said earlier, is it from the scouts' mouths to Bean's ears? Is Bean listening to the scouts who's putting the boards together? Is McDermott listening to Bean and the scouts? I mean, like Promo said, they want the good old boys. They want the try-hards. They want guys that they don't care about, and that's why when I do mock drafts, I'm like, okay, let me look at this man's highlight reel. Oh, he made it. Oh, he's showboating. He's not going to make it. Right. He had a pick six, but he's doing it then. Yeah, right. You're like, it's not going to happen. Because all you can see is McDermott saying, be smart, think smart. Be like, okay, he's a 20-year-old dude, just had 2 pick sixes in his career. In his rookie year, he's about to be a rookie a year, and you're going to tell him you're going to handcuff that? I'll take the 15. I'll take that.
Right.
Because that's how you grow people, and you have to have somebody that's progressive enough to be okay with growing people in that regard.
Yep. So that brought me to this. Listening to what you just said about Marv Levy and Sean McDermott, I said this early on, and I might have even said this before the season started.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is not the coach, the GM, not even the owner.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even the owner, right? If we're really getting down, and Super Promo, I'm gonna get to your comment in a second. Give me a minute. If we're really getting down to the root issue of what has been ailing the Bills and stopping us from being a dominant franchise in the NFL, it is what we allow. It's what we allow. It's what we allow to take place in this city. It is what we allow by spending money on in this city. The second we buy a ticket, we tell the Buffalo Bills it's okay to do what you do. The second we buy a ticket and buy a hot dog and buy a hat and buy a jersey and all that kind of stuff, we tell the Bills, listen, it's working. It's okay. Everything is fine. Right? We talked about these focus groups that the Buffalo Bills have where they talk to season ticket holders who aren't really going to be sitting here thinking like we're thinking right now. They just enjoy the experience. They just want to have fun on game day, right? And guess what? That's all the Buffalo Bills want too.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because the owner is not really invested in winning. If he was really invested in winning, he would get some people in here who really know what they're doing. He will put a president of football operations in the house who really knows how to run a football team and can tell Sean McDermott what to do. No. We don't need Trey White. Who's he going to keep up with? We need to go with somebody better than that.
Mm-hmm.
No. Why we drafting a tight end when we need a wide receiver?
Yeah.
No disrespect to Dalton Kincaid, but you told the people you was going to get a pass catcher. Yeah, he can catch the football. Yeah, so what? But we need a wide receiver. We need somebody to help out Steph Diggs. You spent a first round pick on this guy to trade for him, didn't you? Right? You want him out there, stressing out and feeling like the whole world is on his shoulders? No, you got to get that man some help.
Especially when he's 30 now.
Right? This man has been here year in and year out, giving everything that he's got, being pissed off at all these decisions being made, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, has nothing to do with the head coach, has nothing to do with the GM, has nothing to do with the owner. It's us, because every single year, every single week of the season, we tell the owner it's okay to keep doing what he's doing. The Saints came in wearing bags on their heads, purposely trying to embarrass the franchise. Why? We tired of losing. Sure, fine. I'll come to the game. They probably got free tickets from somewhere.
Yeah, $10 tickets.
Right. The Bills still handing out free tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I've been to 2 hockey games now in the last 3 weeks.
Like,
why?
It's easy to get in.
Right. Right. It's easy to get tickets. You get tickets for free.
Yeah.
Right? That should have been the case 20 years ago. We should have been the ones with the bags on our heads telling the owner it's not okay. And it's not even telling the owner it's not okay. It's telling the marketing team that the team has had with them for the last 30, 40 years.
Right.
That keeps telling them, we know how the city operates. We know how to program and reprogram and reinforce all these different cultural things that we've instilled with the Buffalo Bills. They have instilled in this city a culture, a system, a way of thinking that has everybody who's willing to spend $1 on the Buffalo Bills thinking it's okay as long as we're competitive. As long as we can make it to the playoffs, as long as we can get to the divisional round, and if we lose in the divisional round, we'll just try again next year.
That's where I join you. You know, before I don't know how much, you know, the front office cares about our perception, but what you just said exactly where I'm jumping on the bus. You nailed it. You know, if you're complacent with getting to the same game, losing to the same team. I'm looking at the Super Bowl. What is this? Super Bowl 53, 63, whatever. 58. I'm sorry. Champions. Super Bowl champions. KC. I'm looking at it on my screen. Hats. It's the same team that beats us every year.
Every year.
This is the same team. Remember when we first did our shows and I said, why are we building our team to beat Kansas City? We built our team to beat Kansas City how many years? And we still lose to them.
Yep.
Damn the regular season. We still lose to them every year. It's almost like that, you know, the NBA in 90, what am I getting at? 93, 94, 95, 90, you know, it's the same thing.
Same exactly.
Because I'm going to be great. Oh, dang, we got them. Oh, well, I'm going to lay down now.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
Right.
Goldberg wins. You know, it's stupid.
Think about all the moves the Bills made during the Patriots dynasty. Like, can we, like, let's really think about what happened during that time. We had an owner who was as cheap as it gets as an owner, right? Didn't want to spend, like, literally put us in a position to lose a playoff game because he didn't want Doug Flutie to start a game after he just paid Rob Johnson $25 million. Mm-hmm. The owner cost us a game, right? Mm-hmm. But he thought it was okay. Why? Because from 94 until, what was that, 2001? From 94 to 2001, after we lost 4 Super Bowls, we still kept buying tickets.
Yeah.
After the team got worse, we still kept buying tickets. Mm-hmm. We still kept showing up on game day, getting there early in our RVs and tailgating. Mm-hmm. We went there for the beer. We went there for the dogs. We went there for whatever else that people was grilling up and buying in the stadium. Like, it stopped being about winning and started being about the culture, the experience. Yeah, well, guess what? You got a head coach that came in here, and the first word he used was culture. Mm-hmm. Ding! That should have been a red flag right there. A bell should have went off in everybody's head. We already have a culture here. Mm-hmm. We need winning. We don't need a culture.
Yeah, because you look at, the last time we were second in the division, second out of 5. Yes, 5 when Indy was in the AFC. What was it? A Northeastern or whatever it used to be called. But in '99, that was the last time we were above toilet bowl. 2000, we finished 4th of 5. 2001, 5th of 5. 2002, 4th of 4. 2003, 3rd of 4. 2004, 2005, 2006, 2006, 3rd of 4. 2007, 2nd of 4. And we didn't make the playoffs because we got 7-9, 2nd and 4 in the division at 7-9. Then we were 4th and 4 from 2008 until 2013. 2014, we were 2nd, missed the division. We were 9-7, missed out on the playoffs. 3rd of 4, and then we went to the wild cards with McDermott, and his legend was solidified with just making it to the playoffs. Yep. And I mean, if you look at, it's not hard to look this stuff up. You look at the name only changes where we lost one time. We lost in the wild cards twice, lost in the divisional 3 times, but we lost in the conference championships once. You got to get me back to the conference championships at least 2 more times. In my world, on my team, if you really want to win a championship, in order to say you still have a job, you got to at least. I might be wrong. I may be wrong.
That's exactly why. And people were talking about this right after the Super Bowl. Oh, Kyle Shanahan, he can't get it done. He can't this. He can't that. Andy Reid didn't get to the Super Bowl until his 5th try.
Right.
Kyle Shanahan, this was just his 4th try. Right? But guess what? I would take that over losing in a wild card losing a divisional round every single year. Mm-hmm. I would take losing in the Super Bowl. We've done that already, but guess what? We ain't been back since.
Haven't been back since.
We ain't sniffed it since.
That's how you get hope. That's when you go to the stadium and move the stadium over 2 inches on the ground because it's so loud. Because we got to the bowl.
Right.
After 30 years, dang near of not making a eon of progress, you finally got to the bowl. But see, there's progress to be made. We've topped out. Kansas City is our. Why are they beating us so? They haven't figured it out yet. You built a team. You sunk all this money. We're sitting here today talking about we can't get. Well, I gotta piss on yours and Mills cornflakes because we can't get anybody you guys name because we can't afford them.
Because they came in and they tried to build the Carolina Panthers all over again, load up on defense, and have a superstar quarterback that makes 1 million plays a game and throws for 4,000 yards a season and gets them to the playoffs. And all the way to the Super Bowl, and okay. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm on a tangent. Go ahead.
They had the best defense in the league, maybe the second best defense in the league, because Wade Phillips was a defensive coordinator for Denver that year, and they were really, really good. Mm-hmm. But they had to have had either the first or second best defense in the league that year when they went to this, when Carolina went to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Did defense win them that championship that year? No, it didn't. Right? They couldn't score points.
Right.
That was the problem. They didn't invest enough on offense to be able to move the ball against another good defense. And guess what? The Chiefs are going to have a good defense now for as long as they want. They got the cap space. Chris Jones talking about he coming back next year for a three-peat.
Yep.
A three-peat.
Yep. Rubbing it all in faces.
Right. Like we can't even get a good number 2 wide receiver here for 3 years in a row. They going for their third Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a problem. But again.
But the thing is, this is my key.
We allow it.
They double down, and they don't say let's get better in the draft. They don't say let's go try Aziz Ojulari. They don't say they go ahead and pay $20 million a season to a 32-year-old defensive end who has knee issues, who has already popped an Achilles. They're so lazy. And for OLI's point, what do you think? Do you think that's scouting? Or is that McDermott? Is that Bean? Who is it? Because I can tell you, anybody that tells you that there's nobody worth salt in this draft, get Greg Rousseau as a pass rusher when he's never been a pass rusher. Damn is his numbers in one season at Miami. One season. When you want to beat Pat Mahomes by pass rushing. He has no body of work. He's a one-year anomaly. You took him, you moved up and took him. Then you doubled down and take Boogie Basham, who was a glorified defensive tackle. What were you really trying to do? You weren't trying to get better and beat Pat Mahomes. You were trying to be safe. I'm about to preach in here today because this is it. Man, this is what's going to plague, and this is why we're going to top out at divisional rounds because these decisions.
Yeah,
Greg Rousseau was a good player at what he does. The next person that tells me he's going to get, I saw something that on Facebook that said Ed Oliver and Greg Rousseau, are they going to get 20 sacks this season? Hell no. Greg Rousseau is not going to give you more than 7 or 8 sacks.
Right.
And Ed Oliver's not getting 13 sacks with nobody next to him is not named Daquan Jones. No. So you can forget about that 20 sacks from those two. Right. I mean, but the thing is, Greg Rousseau was Shaq Lawson, a better version of Shaq Lawson. Yep. And that's what you should park on. And I want to circle back to your point about Dawson Knox getting a little better. That's a sliding scale because he's not going to be the pass catcher. He's not going to be, but do we need him to block with Spencer Brown this year? Is he going to do it effectively? What is his role? What do you ask him to do, and how does he execute it? That's the way I'm going to be looking at Dawson Knox this year. Because last year, I don't know what they asked him to do. He didn't have a lot of drops. He wasn't a leading dropper. People like to paint that on him. But he didn't get the balls thrown to him after you get paid $14 million. It ain't his fault they offered him $14 million a season.
Right.
It's also not his fault that he's not in the game plan. All the only thing he said was, I don't care if you draft Dalton Kincaid. I'm fine with that. Right. That's all he did. And he's still fine with mentoring the guy. He still said, I'm fine with doing whatever you guys want me to do at $14 million. I was just starting tight end. You replaced me for nothing. I did no wrong for you, but I'm still a team player. So why? I mean, okay, Dawson Knox. No, I didn't do. I almost did.
Almost.
Dawson Kent Knox. It's like that kid who went to college, but I'm not going to say that.
He clarified, okay? It's Kanega.
Yeah,
all right?
Right.
Kanega.
Yeah.
Kanega.
Noah Kanega. Yes.
I was saying it like that 3 years ago. What happened?
Right. Oh my God! But the thing is, like, you're ignoring the glaring issues. Yeah. The glaring issues are in my mock draft I had, and I'm just gonna pull it because I'm tangent ridden right now. But in my mock draft, I found who is this guy? This guy, Jalen Harrell from Michigan.
Running back?
No, defensive end, edge.
Okay.
He's 6'3", 250. He needs work on his counter skills, but he runs like a 4.5. He gets to the quarterback. He's aggressive. Who's that sound like? A poor man's Von Miller. Yep. You got him on the team. Use him. Now draft this kid and let him sit behind Von, because I wholeheartedly believe Von is going to be back next year. Not back to 15 sacks, not back to even 10, but I think Von will not be that guy you watch him get pushed to the sideline, Michael Orr style. I feel like he's going to be a guy that's going to contribute, somebody you got to look at again. But why not get a succession plan? That's how you draft.
True.
He's 34 years old. How much longer are you going to ride him?
Very true.
I think next year is his last year before voidable years kick in anyway, because it was 3 years and then 3 voidables, I believe. So that would be next year. Yeah. What are you going to do? You going to put Rousseau back out there to be a pass rusher? Come on now.
Outside Looking In writes, someone at the store saw me in my Bills gear and said to me, KC is the only reason y'all don't get to the Super Bowl. I told him, I only want to be in the Super Bowl if we win it. I don't want to go 0-5. I understand the sentiment. I think as fans of the Bills, we tend to associate too much the connection between losing a Super Bowl and the Bills of the 90s.
Yeah.
Right? The Bengals have never won a Super Bowl. Never. Right? And I think they've only been one other time. And I think if you asked anybody in Cincinnati today, do they want to go back to the Super Bowl? I don't think any of them are saying no. No. Right?
I think it's kind of a PTSD.
Yeah. And that's okay. I just want to make sure that we have a mind to kind of get over that hump. You know what I'm saying?
Because I think we've been cleansed. I think that's going now. That stigma of the Bills can't do jack is. We got to get back there. We got to at least sniff it, because this is a whole new regime. These guys weren't even born when they made it to the Super Bowl last time. So,
and here's the other thing too. It like in this current day and age, if the Bills get to a Super Bowl, we winning it. Like who's stopping Josh Allen from winning a Super Bowl against an NFC? Give me an NFC team that's going to stop Josh.
The only person
Josh has killed the 49ers every time he's played them.
The only team that beats Josh is the team of Josh's body and his mind.
Right.
That's the only team that's going to beat Josh. And Kansas City has our number, but it's not insurmountable. I don't take a lot of stock in the regular season, because we're starting to beat them on a regular basis. But they have a formula where they just don't care, because they know where they're going, and we got to get that swagger. We got to get that swagger. It's got to be. I don't want to look for That's why I hate when people say how many games back we are. That's why I hate when people say what seeding we are. Oh, if we do this, we that. Don't matter to me.
Right. It doesn't matter.
It don't matter to me, because the mind state. You think Kansas City doing that? No. They had a horrible season. They're like, wow, the Raiders might actually make it in. Wow, the Broncos they didn't care. They knew who they were. Pat Mahomes never wavered. And you finally saw he's not the goody guy, the good old guy that everybody thought he was.
Here's what I think the true Achilles heel for the Bills head coach is. We've seen now several times when the Bills are favored, when the Bills are seen as the team that is supposed to win, the team that should win, the team that is the overdog coming in to beat up on the underdog, right? They play down to their competition. They don't do so well, right? And I don't even think it's a matter of underestimating the competition. I think it's a matter of the same level of motivation is not there. The same level of energy is not there. And what's some of the things that we've been able to say about the Bills this year? The energy's not there.
Not there.
In the first half of games, the focus is not there. All this different stuff. But what that really comes down to is this team being a how can I say, a window into the identity of the head coach, right? The head coach is an underdog by nature. almost an underdog by trade. He came up as a wrestler, not a tall dude, played safety. You know what I'm saying? At Will and Mary, small school. You know what I'm saying? So there's a underdog mentality that, yeah, when you're going up against the Chiefs, that can work in your favor because the Chiefs are the team that is supposed to win. When you're going against the Patriots and you play them tough, everybody loves you because you got the underdog mentality and you've been able to charge up your players to get out there and go beat up the big bad, wolf, right? But when you're the hunted,
right,
we've seen now it doesn't work.
No.
For some reason, the pre-game speech, the whatever you want to call it, it doesn't hit home, right?
They don't have that Mamba mentality. That's really what it is.
Right. They don't have that. You know who does have that? Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. Both of them are always looking for the kill at the end of the game. Always. It's the number one reason why Josh chose to throw to Shakir instead of throwing the Diggs underneath. That's the mentality to kill, right? And I'm okay with that, right? Because both guys were wide open on that play. I don't care what nobody said. Both guys are wide open.
Well, yeah, Shakir's wide open.
But again, this exposes another angle of Sean McDermott that I don't think people talk enough about. His identity is all over this team, and the team is not winning. So what does that tell you? Right? So we got to get to these running backs, or you're not gonna make it to work on time.
Well, obviously we have 2 running backs under contract right now of note: James Himbo Cook and Darrington Evans. Darrington Evans, he's kind of just a name. I actually like him, but the Bills seem to not, because he didn't make the practice squad last year, and he obviously didn't make the team last year. So he's on the futures contract they brought back. This is what I talked about on screen about last time. Why do we keep bringing back guys that don't make the team? What is this about? See, you give a futures contract to a KJ Hamler, somebody that hasn't been in your organization. You give a futures contract to somebody that's out there that you really liked, and you just don't want to. You want to see what he's got. You want to have rights to him to see what he has. You don't give futures contracts to your whole practice squad again. Lose them. You have 16 people. You didn't even use, but what, 4 of them?
Right.
So lose them. I don't care. You restock. That's what what was the OLI said. That's what the scouts and what the pro personnel people are in charge of.
Yep.
We lost Shane Bussell. So let's go get us another quarterback somewhere. Let's go look at and see if Mason Rudolph can be had. That's what you do. But that's where they sit on their hands, and that's where I have a major issue. Right. Departures, obviously, Latavius Murray. I don't know if anybody here besides anybody wants him back. Thank you for what you did last year, and especially in the beginning half of the season. But we can get better.
No doubt.
And that's the mind state that I want to hear. I don't care that he's from Syracuse. I don't care that he'll take a hometown disc. I don't care that he will play for league minimum. I don't care he has experience. I don't care. I just don't care. So go away.
Deontay Foreman is out there.
Deontay Foreman is out there, and I don't know how much he is. The same player.
Slightly slower. Slightly.
Yeah, Latavius Murray used to be fast. Damian Harris as well. He's got to go. I mean, we hardly knew ye. Bye. I mean, we knew.
He's contemplating retirement, they say.
He's going to have to. We knew, what he was at the time. And that was an injury-prone player. He was a nice piece when he plays, but it didn't add up. Now, the guy I want to park on as a possible is Ty Johnson. Obviously, you guys know I wasn't the biggest on Ty Johnson when he came in, but he grew on me.
Yeah.
Especially as a backup. I mean, his numbers don't pop. His numbers don't do anything for you on the stat sheet. But if you look at what he did on the field, you can see that he was a valuable piece of what we were trying to do as a short yardage back. He was averaging 4.4 a carry. Let's see. He had only 13 yards per game. So, I mean, his numbers will dictate that he can be had for, if not minimum, close to. What I want to stay away from is somebody that, especially at his age, entering his 27th year season, give him a 2-year deal. I don't want somebody that I don't want to keep this rotating door. I want somebody that you can get in and you can say your cost control for 2025 when we have money and we lock him in for $2 million or $3 million, whatever. Something low where he's going to produce. What else do we have here? If you look at James Cook's numbers, when compared to other ball carriers that carried the ball over 200 times, you'll see that James Cook was actually a really effective running back. I think in his yards from scrimmage, he was number 2, only behind Christian McCaffrey. The only metric that he had that wasn't that great was obviously touchdowns. He had two rushing touchdowns. I wonder who was hogging all the rest of them. Got to get that 50 somewhere. He probably had a clause in his contract. I'm getting his money. I don't care.
Maybe.
But yeah, I think if you're looking at free agents, you're kind of hamstrung right now. You're looking at Eno Benjamin. You're looking at Ty Johnson, as we just spoke of, and Josh Kelly. None of those names really pop out to me, but the way they use running backs, I'm thinking you're not gonna drop the farm on anybody, because if you look at who is out there, there are some names, there are some good names. However, they're pricier. Just for some examples, I'm just pulling it up for you.
How do you like Antonio Gibson?
I mean, he's okay. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for out of your running back. To me,
I mean, he's not really a power back.
That's the thing. I mean, you got James Starks. You got James Cook, and obviously we got to start down here somewhere with. I don't know who Patrick Taylor is, but his last year contract was $660,000. So, 25-year-old running back from Green Bay.
Right.
Julius Chestnut, $787,000. Don't know him. Ronnie Rivers, don't know him. Raheem Blackshear, we know him. He actually was relatively effective for us. But
you know what? Scrap all of these guys. Bring me Andy Isabella. He gonna come. He gonna come in and play right.
Key.
There's nothing to throw. Ain't nothing over there to throw.
Key, take it easy.
I'm gonna be easy because he said it.
Key, just.
You know what's funny though?
Blood pressure.
My blood pressure. You're right. You're right. 2 months. I got 2 months.
Ken is watching. So
Ken is watching. I got 2 months. he can't just throw that in there. So yeah. So knock me off my mode. Let's see.
Blew up your whole day.
And it was funny because you said that, because I had. Too bad Lindsay's not here, because I had an interesting fact for Lindsay. Her most hated running back is worth $4.6 million. Zach Moss is worth $4.6 million. Oh yeah, he's gonna get that.
He's a fantasy monster this year.
He'll get that dual threat running back. Yeah, he'll get that.
Man, I want AJ Dillon so bad. $3.5 million is his market value right now. $3.5 Would you pay $3.5 million for Dillon?
I saw that, and that
all day, Key, all day.
I would love to, but they're not going to use him to $3.5 million. They're not going to use him enough to even say that. You're looking at, let's see what they have. If you don't bring back Ty Johnson, Latavius Murray ran. How many carries did he have last year? He had.
The Kareem Hunt is worth $4.5 million.
Yeah.
Why?
Getting old. Latavius Murray had 79 carries last year.
Yeah.
Ty Johnson had 30. So 109 carries. You're realistically you're trying to replace for a 4.6 mil, or what was it? You said 3.9 for Dillon.
Dillon is 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
For 109 carries as a backup. That's tough. That's real tough. Could be done.
I mean, what was Ty Johnson making?
Last year Ty Johnson was.
He should be on this list too, right? Free agent. Yeah, he's right here. They don't have. So he made 1 point.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe 2.
So
maybe two or some change.
Yeah, he might try to high point it, go 2.5.
That's what I'm saying. If you go with a 2-year contract, you can pull that off by spreading it out over that 25 because
I would take him at 2.5.
I would take him at a 2-year. I would give him 2 years, maybe $5 million. And mostly, I mean, next year would be mostly incentive based.
Yeah. And
a low guarantee. But in 2025, you really would probably get, you get more like three and a quarter, something like that. If he's good with that. You make sure you guarantee backload it, just so he has an incentive to come back and incentive to sign on the dotted line.
Right.
But running back, I think that's where we really want to draft. I think, where was my mock? I had too much stuff open, but we will persevere.
To be clear, I'm not in agreement with this running back pick.
You're not in agreement. Well, I took the quarterback for you, so you're good.
That was another problem.
I know.
That was another problem.
I took Jalen Wright in the fifth round.
Jalen Wright.
Jalen Wright out of Tennessee.
All right, so tell us about Jalen.
Now,
Wright.
Jalen Wright, if you're interested, I don't know if you are. I don't think you are.
We're not.
Your dad's definitely not.
No.
But let me get everything up so I can tell you exactly what we're talking about with Jalen Wright. He's a track and field star. You're looking at somebody that's going to run. He may run a very low 4.3. He's heavy gap inside zone. He's not a pass catcher, but if you look at the way James Cook runs,
trash.
He's a James Cook kind of runner.
Is he more of a power back than?
No. Well, if you look at it, they had him at 4.31. He rushes most between the tackles, and he does break tackles. So I'm trying to find exactly how big he is because he's 5'11", 210. So 5'11", 210 at 4.31 as a spell. And having a Ty Johnson as your short back?
I wouldn't have Ty Johnson as a short yard back, though.
Where do you want to put him?
Like, to me, this Jalen Wright role is the Ty Johnson role.
Okay. So, see, my thinking is if you want to get speed, because they preach they want to get faster. They want to get faster. They want to get faster. I think Jalen Wright would be the kind of running back that you have. Obviously, in a fifth round, you're talking about $500,000. You can still have your Ty Johnson or your Thunder Thigh, Mega Thigh, whatever they call the guy. Dylan. if he's privy to coming in at a cost control first year with a heavily backloaded contract guaranteed mostly. This guy, he's a workhorse back who played with my man Joe Milton. Mm-hmm. But I really like the prospect of Jalen Wright as a fifth round draft pick. You'll like the rest of my mock. I'll just tell you what I took before.
Really quick, Outside Looking In wants to know where you can find your mock draft.
If you follow us on Facebook. Or if you follow me on Instagram, or not Instagram, I'll put it there. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see my mock drafts. I'm going to start doing at least one a week, especially when the combine comes out, and you'll see what they really run. There won't be any more speculation on how they perform, and everything will probably pretty much be solidified with injuries, histories, and interviews, and you'll hear a lot of rumblings. But the two early mock drafts will be on our Facebook page. Just simply type in Post Pick on Podcast, or you can find me on Twitter, and I'll have it posted there for you.
Definitely worth it if you're looking to get pissed off about the upcoming Buffalo Bills.
The only reason you get pissed off because everything I say will not be there. I will read you off what my mock was before.
But the funny part is
you're not going to get pissed off.
Every mock draft that you have usually ends up looking good for another team. Like the players that you say the Bills should take. Soon as somebody else takes him, he's a star on that team. Yeah,
and that's why I get mad because it's a high propensity since McDermott took over. He's like, I don't like that at all. We're gonna go ahead. And he's not a good enough guy. So with the 28th pick, I got Brian Thomas Jr. You got your number one wide receiver. Okay, you happy with that?
Yes, I am happy with that.
With the second round pick, you're going to get Ennis Rakestraw from Missouri, the cornerback. Now, this is one of the guys that I told you McDermott will never take.
This is your mock draft?
This is me.
Okay.
This is me, baby. This is me. Now, Ennis Rakestraw.
You knew what you was doing it live on the show. I can't attack you live.
You can. You can. Ennis Rakestraw is he's cocky, man. He's cocky. He brings swagger to the game. He brings aggressiveness. He brings he's physical, very physical. Got hands. He don't let you catch nothing. Now he might be a little too handsy right now, but that's something they got to work on. Mm-hmm. But I can see Rakestraw easily being
another Elam, basically.
No, this guy is
George Pickens.
He hits me like a sauce. He hits me like a Sauce Gardner. I'm not saying
in the second round.
I'm not saying that the physical talent is there, but I'm saying the mentality. Okay. Now, Rakestraw is going to be he's under the radar because he went to Missouri for one. You got some things with his technique needs to be cleaned up. He is somebody that can play in the zone. He's somebody that can play in against the man or with man. But what I liked about him the most was, I'm trying to see. There's not a cornerback I can really compare him with, because he likes hitting.
Is he more of a zone corner, man corner?
He's kind of dual. He's more of a man press.
Okay.
But he has played zone, and he's pretty good in zone. But what I like about this guy, this is the kind of guy that will get a personal foul for unnecessary roughness. He will pick you up and suplex you.
Yeah, Sean ain't drafting that.
That's what I said. I'm telling you. I mean, he's the kind of guy that will stand over you after he makes a big hit, separate you from the ball, and just look at you. He brings a nastiness to the game this team does not have. And at the cornerback position, he could easily be our number one cornerback.
Right.
Easily. With the third pick, I took Tyrese Knight out of UTEP. Yes, El Paso T. Now,
really quick.
Go ahead.
Outside Looking In is asking, where can he find your? I'm sorry. What's your Twitter again, or is it linked? We can link it.
It's linked, but I will tell you, my Twitter is. Let me pull it up because I can't remember jack.
You said it is linked to the YouTube page already?
No, it's not to the YouTube page. It should be linked to the Facebook page.
I didn't put your
you didn't put mine on
Twitter in the, because I put all our links in the description of the last video. I'll put those in our bio.
Okay, but if you're looking KHAMM84, my handle HAMM84 K716. So once again, HAMM, I'm sorry, 84 K716.
All right. Outside Looking In also writes, Key clearly knows more about the come up guys than me, so I'll take all the insight he has. Hey, that's all I do, man. That's all I do.
And he trashes my picks because he's like, yo, I want wide receiver.
I mean, it's mainly because Key's trying to watch this college ball. You know?
Yeah. I just started watching college ball. Just I don't even know what made me start watching it, honestly. I just started taking an interest in it, but I'm more of like, free agency, who would be good for the Bills.
I used to watch that.
Like I could definitely give you a good idea of who would fit the system and all that kind of stuff. But
hey, man,
college guys, that is all Key.
Yeah. I mean, it's a passion. It's a passion.
Yeah.
So let's see. I have Tyrese Knight out of UTEP, linebacker. Now, what I like about Tyrese Knight, he reminds me of our guy, our now guy, we'll claim him like we had him the whole time. Ty Dotson. Very physical. He's faster side to side, a little bigger, but the integrity of how Ty Dotson plays, especially if you can't bring him back, this guy would be a solid fill-in.
They just hired a nickel coach.
It's weird.
They're not going to. They're like that. That to me, that just tells me they're not going to a fourth.
No. Ty Dot. This would be like your depth guy. So this would be a guy that would be, behind, because we only have Milano, we have Bernard
and Dorian
Williams. That's it. Yeah. I don't want AJ Klein back.
No.
I don't want Klein.
You gotta have a vet in the room though.
We got Balen Spector. One of those three has to be.
Oh wow!
But
if it's between Klein and Spector, we know where that went last year. So. Yeah.
Well, Spector it's like Spector gets hurt whenever he gets a shot at greatness.
He's allergic. He's allergic to opportunities.
Yeah, it's like, I want to play, coach. Oh, you're hurt. Dang.
Oh, my knee.
This was your shot. Yeah, no, this guy, he's actually 6 feet, 235, so they're about the same size.
Chris, what up?
How do you do? So I can read to you what his strengths are to give you a better picture of what we're looking at. He closes in on quarterbacks very quickly. He's a heavy hitter who flashes explosiveness and ability to separate the ball. I can see him with Rakestraw. These two guys would be menaces on the field. He's got an explosive motor. He's an explosive mover who is an aggressive physical style. He's extremely instinctive playing against the run. And Knight was at his best when he showed his sideline to sideline range. Now that's something we need to a Milano kind of sideline to sideline guy that wants to take somebody's freaking head off. He's a downhill defender. He's a physical tackler, and he uses his eyes to decipher and break down the play. So that's something that Dorian Williams could not do. He was not able to stick with the ball. He couldn't figure out what the play was, and he overran it. He went with his first instinct, was often wrong because he couldn't see where the ball was. He was susceptible against the play action. But he's a chase and tackle will prospect. And he's instinctive. He reacts quickly and shows the ability to absolutely fly around the field.
Okay.
Give me that. Give me that.
Sounds a little bit like Dorian Williams, to be honest.
Sounds like Dorian Williams with more instincts.
More instincts.
Because Dorian Williams doesn't have the instincts. That was his instincts. He kept overrunning the ball. He kept misdiagnosing plays. Didn't read the right gaps. When he saw the hole, he was a heat-seeking missile.
Yeah.
But it's just getting him to the hole was the issue.
Okay.
Let's see. With my what round was I in?
About to say, why do you have so many linebackers on this list?
Middle line. Oh, I got you good. Cole Bishop, the safety out of Utah.
God, what are we doing?
You gotta
Listen,
replace your
outside looking in,
safeties.
yo, you can see Key in his Twitter for college prospects. Don't follow these mock drafts. Please don't follow these mock drafts.
Cole
It's
Bishop.
nonsense.
Now
You have one offensive player in the first 5 picks.
hold on. I thought about you.
I'm sorry, 2.
I
and
thought
one of them
about
is
you.
a running back.
I thought about you.
When? In the 7th
Later.
round?
Later.
Yeah,
Now,
of course. Of course. Our Mr. Irrelevant is going to friggin' be... Yeah.
Cole Bishop has a fluid athleticism and speed to cover tight ends and may even some big slot receivers. Bishop has the ball, the skills to create turnovers. He's also a value as a blitzer. He has the ability to move down and cover tight ends with fluid hips and turn it to speed to run with anyone down the middle of the field. His ball skills are very good. He tracks the ball very well downfield and has the hands and coordination to come away with interceptions even when Bishop isn't targeted. He has a change of direction ability to mirror underneath, but did solid work out of press and off coverage. He shows great instincts when facing action again in his zone coverage and has solid ball skills. We already said that. He tracks the ball well downfield and has an innate feel for high pointing passes. He's a playmaker. What are we looking at? We're looking at Micah Hyde retiring possibly and Jordan Poyer not being Poyer. So what are we left with? What? Cam Lewis?
Christian Benford.
Cam Lewis is not on the team. But even then, we don't. Who else do we have? We got to get Taylor Rapp back. We got to figure that out. How much does he want? He's going to want money. I think this was his year. He's like, you know what? I'll play for a league with him now because I want to get Super Bowl.
Still under contract, ain't he?
I don't think so. I think he's done too.
Wow.
So we really have Jack Diddley. So I mean, yeah, we don't have to blitz for a safety. I saw a mock where they took a safety in the first round. Yes, that would have really pissed you off. So I spared you. So Cole Bishop is 6'1", 209, and they're looking at him running about a 4.5. I'm just trying to get back
next
to
on our list here.
The page.
What pick will I hate on next?
You don't care. Ha. So now we're doing. We talked about Jalen Wright already. That was a running back.
Yep.
We talked about Jalen Harrell. That was the guy under Vine.
Yep.
Javon Baker, wide receiver out of UCF. Now
in the 5th round.
Javon Baker. Mm-hmm. I took a risk here because who else we know at UCF? Gabe Davis. Now this is another guy. No, this is another guy that Sean McDermott will not take. Why? Because he also is the kind of guy that will get in your face. He's intense. He's the kind of guy that plays with emotion.
He doesn't matter.
Huh?
It doesn't matter. Look at that face. It doesn't matter, bro.
I mean, you see what they did to Steph Diggs out there.
He's a replica of Gabe Davis.
Blood pressure right now.
No, man, I'm telling. Okay.
You are killing me.
Okay. Javon Baker, I don't know why I'm killing you. What do you want?
How many defensive players? How many defensive players?
He's a wide receiver
in this mock draft.
He's a wide receiver.
No. How many defensive?
I want heavy defense.
Huh?
I want heavy defense.
Why?
Because that's where we need the most attention.
I get it. But you went. Okay. Time out. You went wide receiver, and then immediately went to corner.
Went to cornerback.
We have corners. We have 4.
Ooh.
Tre'Davious White,
No.
Kyer Elam,
Yeah.
Taron Johnson, and Benford.
Taron Johnson ain't playing on the outside. You forgot Rasul Douglas, but we ain't got Trey White.
And Rasul Douglas. There you go.
We ain't got Trey White.
What do you mean we ain't got Trey White?
We ain't got no Trey White.
He's on the team. He's under contract. There's nothing you can do about it.
We also got Naeem Hines under contract too. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
Getting back to
totally
Javon Baker.
No.
6'2",
Stop drafting
195.
corners in the second round.
Absolutely not. I'm gonna do more.
We need wide receiver in round one.
I took
wide receiver in round two.
Nah, it wasn't
wide receiver in round three. Wide receiver in round 4. Then you can get to defense.
Why?
Because
we already have 3 wide receivers.
No, we have 4 at this point in my mock draft.
You're right.
4.
How many balls?
Here's why. Because producer's dying laughing over there. Here's why.
We already have 3 quarterbacks.
We know the Bills can draft in the later rounds defensive players.
Which I just did.
No, you drafted one in the second round.
No,
I got another cornerback later.
Can I get another cornerback?
Some dude that can barely keep his hands off of players is probably going to get 15 pass interference calls a game.
But he's nice.
A good pick in the second round.
But he's nice.
Nice how?
How? If you watched the videos I sent you, you would have known to ask to how he's nice.
If the man is going to be draped in yellow, how is he nice?
He going to be draped in red, white, and blue. Book it. He going to be at Orchard Park.
The man is going to have
Javon.
They're going to make a yellow flag cape for the dude to just wear out on the field so that every single time he makes a play, the ref knows, like, nope, that was wrong.
They're going to put his name on it?
Huh?
They're going to put his name on it?
No.
Why not? If he got a cape with his name on it, sweet.
Whoever the lead ref's name is, that's going to be the name on the back of the cape.
Oh my God!
Every game.
But yeah,
every game.
So moving on.
Outside
Baker.
looking in says he's with you on white. He's not on the team. I mean, listen, I don't need him to be on the team, but right now he is.
Oh.
And right now in my world, Javon Baker's on the team with that 6th-round draft pick. So.
Oh my gosh! I wish your world was a couch right now. I wish.
Javon Baker is a 4-year guy out of University of Central Florida. He had 1,100 yards and 7 touchdowns on 52 catches, and he had 11. The same. He didn't run it all last year, so he had the same output as yards from scrimmage. Now, what I liked about him is he does high point the ball. Like I said, 6'2", 195. He is very physical. He has a lot of ball control, and he will outrun you if given the opportunity. So, without any further ado, I'll move off since your stomach is rumbling. To my next cornerback, Jalen Simpson. Yes, it gets better. Now, you ready for this one?
No,
I'm not.
No, we're not doing this again, Keyshawn.
June, you supposed to be on my side here.
No, bro, I can't. My stomach hurt.
This is trash.
My stomach hurt. I can't.
I'm by myself. This is trash. Jalen Simpson out of University of Auburn. Okay?
No.
You don't even just stay over there.
No, but just stop. My stomach hurt.
5'11", 178 pounds. He's a small guy. I'm thinking about the back of his slot.
He's too short.
Hold up. How many corners do you have in this draft?
2.
For real? You sure?
Yeah.
2 corners.
2 corners.
So you saying over all the other positions? Wait, how? So let me see your mock draft again.
Lord Jesus, Mary, JoJo.
That's right. I need to see this. I need to see this entire thing you got going on here. So you went wide receiver, corner, linebacker, safety, running back, defensive end,
wide receiver,
then wide receiver,
corner.
Then you have corner, offensive line. Wait,
no,
is that
D-line. That's a one tech. Can I get through Jalen Simpson before? You know what? Never mind. Zion Logue is going to be the.
You got your shorts coming out. Like we about to take. We about to take care of that this week. We got shorts coming out.
I'm gonna do it. You're not invited. You cannot come.
I don't need to be invited. You got all the time in the world to do these shorts. That is all you.
You cannot come.
Yo, Key.
Can I at least have a pizza, baby?
No. You cut off.
Key.
Going back. What?
You gotta make this short, man.
This is what happens when you don't let him talk about his mock draft.
This is gonna be editable. I'm doing another one tonight. I'm gonna publish it. You know what? No, you know what I want? I want Aramis to do a mock draft.
Yes, please.
I want you to do one. No, you gotta
show me how to do one of these mock drafts, and I'm gonna do it.
There are multiple sites. I'm gonna get you one because I want to see your magic.
Send me a link. I guarantee people will like my mock draft.
I guarantee yours is gonna be a fantasy squad. It's not gonna be one D lineman. It's gonna be great.
No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna finally do the Bills justice, and I'm gonna end up with like 4 draft picks, but they all gonna be superstars. Guaranteed.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
That's what I'm gonna do. I know that makes you mad.
Nah, because I'm gonna give you the one that gives you grace. Like, yo, this is Dookie.
You didn't make one trade. Like, think
I
how
just told you I don't do
unrealistic
that.
is. Think of how unrealistic that is. Brandon Beane is traded up
Think
pretty
about
much every year in the first round.
But think about how realistic it is to do it on here. It's not.
What?
Because you can say I'm gonna give you the next 2 years. You can have 35 draft picks. They're not gonna tell you no.
So why not? So you mean to tell me like these were all players that you wanted to go for, or did you just go best player available?
No, they're not best player available.
Okay, why not?
Because these are the ones that fit the scheme as I saw it. Okay. I was filling holes and trying to complete my offense.
So there wasn't a better player available at 60.
Then in his race truck, man, get up out of here.
What?
Man, get up out of here.
Then a player that's never gonna see the team.
Man, he gonna see the team.
Like there wasn't a better player than Tyrese Knight.
I wanted Tyrese Knight.
What? That's what I'm saying. If that's the guy you wanted, okay, but
no, I mean honestly, no. The reason when I say I wanted him, when I look at how I did my mocks, I
just like giving him a hard time about these mock drafts. I
know you do because
it gives me joy.
Matter of fact, this is what you do: implore him to get back on Madden and do a fantasy draft with him. You'll be surprised. No, you won't. You'll be like, yo, why?
No.
For mocks. You'll be like, yo, what the hell is this?
I've taken it to a whole nother level now.
I know you have. It's scary and upsetting.
It's annoying.
I was doing mock drafts and not mock drafts. I was doing fantasy drafts, and I was taking who's the dude that
taking all the rookies.
Who's the dude that the Bengals drafted that was like super fast? What was his name?
Oh, you talking about
Ross?
John Ross?
Yeah.
John Ross, yeah.
I turned John Ross into a number one receiver.
I turned Kobe Listenby into a number one receiver. Remember that?
That was just unfair.
That was ridiculous.
The dude had 90s. Kobe Listenby had 97 speed on Madden, and his acceleration was like 99 or something like that. It was some ridiculous number. Like it
just made no sense.
You could throw it up as long as you wanted, and he was still running up under it.
And then you started getting the points to upgrade him. And I just upgraded his press break.
Yeah.
And then it was like no way to stop him. It was great.
No, but seriously, I had John Ross running like in routes and catching the ball and stuff like that.
I believe it.
Like what I found with I think it was like Madden 20 to 22. There were certain dynamics that you could build on a team that had nothing to do with the player's stats. Mm-hmm. If you made it so that John Ross was like the star of your offense, mm-hmm. for some reason he would make plays he was not supposed to make, right? And I'm talking like jumping over receivers downfield, excuse me, making catches over guys and playing like a real number one receiver. But guess who my number two receiver would be? Mm-hmm. Miles Boykin, mm-hmm. right? So statistically, overall wise, neither one of those guys were supposed to be good, but it worked. Just like your massive Samoan offensive lines work.
I wish you could put those tattoos on back then.
The Hawaiian coastline, that's what you call them.
Oh, I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
The Hawaiian coastline.
Yes. Now, to answer your question to running backs, Jalen Wright was not my first choice, but that was the best available for where I was comfortable taking one.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Because I do have Amani Bailey. Amani Bailey is out of TCU. He's 5'7" and 207. His size was spooky to me just because you know how much I love Devin Singletary.
That workhorse back.
Huh? Yeah, he's a workhorse back.
Yeah.
With all-pro speed. I mean, he reminds me of Kenneth Walker when I watch him. He can read blocks and find holes and punches it. He's got great speed.
Where do you think he's going to go?
Too high. I think he's like in the second or third round. So I put in here, he's shown success running next to a quarterback in a shotgun. Cough. Somebody I know likes to run out of a shotgun. I don't know who that is.
I hate it.
But sometimes he turns into Chris Brown in the backfield.
Really?
Then he be dancing his butt off back there. I'm like, yo, you need to hit a hole and go.
Who do we have that was like that didn't want to hit the hole? Was that Singletary that did that a lot? Like early on, he danced
Singletary around. Who was it?
But he played with Shady though. That like some
Shady
of that was gonna rub off on him anyway.
Zach Moss danced around. It was like Zach Moss was indecisive. That was his issue. He couldn't pick a hole and just go. So yeah, Amani Bailey, he's a guy if he drops, but he's gonna have speed. Somebody's gonna fall in love with him, I think. just because he's comfortable out of the backfield, in the slot, everywhere. Jalen Wright we went over already. Now Ray Davis is somebody that I just don't understand. People love Ray Davis. He went to 3 different schools. You're looking at 5'8", 220. He's gonna run you a 4.6 or so.
No disrespect, but he looks like he beats his pet bird.
His pet bird? Is it the light eyes?
I don't know what it is about him, but it looks like he's got abusive tendencies.
Well, that's the thing about him.
I might want that in a running back, but
the thing about Ray Davis, he has an interesting story. He actually was homeless and given up for foster care, and his siblings actually were.
See, I'm just a terrible person.
No,
I
maybe that's where he learned how to beat birds.
About the way he looks.
That might be where he learned how to beat birds. I don't know. But he
chokes out his pet parrot.
His parrot is afraid for his life. But no, Ray Davis, he doesn't have the size to really be a bruiser.
Really? 5'8", 220?
No, I mean this way, yeah, but he doesn't have to carry. He runs through tackles, but he doesn't run through you. If that makes sense, like he'll break all arm tackles. He'll fight for extra yardage, but he's not the kind of guy that seeks out.
What did he run? What was his 40?
Like a 4.6. So run like a 4.6.
So he's Travis Henry, basically.
Short, no. Travis Henry is way more physical than him.
Really?
Yeah, Travis Henry is way more physical.
Oh no, I don't want him on the team.
No, these are just guys that I'm saying are in play. Okay. Ray Davis is somebody that a lot of people like, and I'm trying to dispel it because I don't like him.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm not a Ray Davis fan at all.
4.6?
Huh? 4.6, yeah. And he's a straight line guy.
Ray Davis over here kicking pigeons. That's right. Every chance he get, he throws bread out there just to kick pigeons. That's what he looked like.
Now this is a guy I noticed when he pulled to the UB. If anybody watched Wisconsin play UB, Braylon Allen was 19-year-old running back, 6'2", 245. Super strong. I think he squatted 600, power cleans 400, and benches like 360 or something like that.
Where is he expected to go?
He's going to be probably in the 4th or so, 3rd or 4th. Young.
I would take him.
I would definitely take him. But, see, in order to get him, I had to give up on one of the guys I wasn't really wanting, and it was an overdraft. There's a situation where if I was doing trades.
So you was just being selfish.
No, it's a situation where I was doing trades.
Of a good backup running back that we needed.
Oh, we need a running back.
Over a linebacker.
No, I got us Jalen Wright. He's better.
Huh?
Jalen Wright's better.
But we don't. He ain't gonna play, baby.
Jalen Wright's better. So you want Braylon? You want Braylon? Like I said, I didn't make any trades. I didn't do trades on purpose. There was a reason.
Gonna play.
Well, Braylon Allen ain't gonna play either.
What? Yes, if he the backup.
Oh no, he's gonna play.
If he the backup
Jalen Wright
running
gonna be
back,
the backup running back. See, we should have started with this. See, here we go.
If we taking a 19-year-old that's 6'2", 245 pounds.
Look what I put. Look at the second last bullet.
Fumbled more than you like. He ain't gonna get the ball in important situations.
He ain't gonna get the ball, period, because he's gonna be sitting next to McDermott.
No. That's coachable. That's coachable.
Let's ask James Cook how much coaching.
That's coachable. It is.
But Ray Davis, honestly, he's a guy that I would like to give a shot, but not where he was. So that'd be somebody I would have to trade back for and get more picks and maybe do something later in the draft. Bucky Irvin, he finds the holes, he abuses it. I mean, there's no other way to sell it.
Yo,
he finds
pause.
Wait. Now, why
you have to write it like that?
Because I'm being objective. I wasn't thinking no other kind of way.
Oh my gosh. You brought out the immaturity in me.
How was it wrote down? How was it?
You didn't see how you just said it. No. He said finds the hole and abuses it.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's wild. You wildin', bro.
Yo, Mel Kiper and all them cats are wildin'. But in the open field, just forget about it. I mean, as soon as he hits a hole, it's over with. See, the thing about Oregon players, though, they're finesse players. That's the thing I don't like about him.
Yeah.
And I wasn't comfortable drafting him where he got taken. He's a skinny guy, but he gets small, and he goes. Okay. He's not a good pass blocker yet, but he needs some work on his pass catching tree, but he can catch the pill.
That's okay though. Like again, my backup guy, I don't need him to catch passes.
Right.
I don't.
Now, if we're doing an air raid, everybody's going to have to catch at some point. That's the thing.
True too. That's true.
Audrey Estime is a guy that you really would like. He's got the big body. He's like a Bettis. He's from Notre Dame, And I noticed immediately when I heard through the TV somebody just get punished on a outside run. He stretched the ball out and he just seeked it out.
So if you had to choose right now for the air raid, which one of these guys you taking?
If I'm doing an air raid, I'm definitely going with I'm gonna go Jalen Wright. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go, if I can get him wherever I want, I'm gonna go ahead and take Amani Bailey, because he's the guy that can catch the best. He's the one that he's probably a better receiver than he is a runner, and he can run the ball. He's fast as all outdoors. Track speed. So
in an air raid offense, would he be worth a second round draft pick?
I wouldn't take him in the second. And that's not because of Rick Straw. I don't want another running back in the second, because then you really have to use him. You know, with James Cook, you really have to.
I think Sean has proved you don't really have to use him.
Well, with a second round pick, I don't know how many times you can get away with it. I don't know how many times you can get away with a draft like that. But Estime is a guy that you would take. He's actually, if you think about a fullback with speed and can carry the pill with some kind of wiggle, he actually is a kind of guy that he's the best pass pro guy out there.
Is this your guy for a 12? If the Bills decide to go back with the 12?
If they're going to go to 12 and you don't want Ty Johnson, yeah, I would go under Estime.
Okay.
Trey Benson.
He's estimated to go where?
Estime is 4th, 5th.
Okay.
Yeah. Trey Benson is another big body guy. Trey Benson is kind of a seasoned Braylon Allen, the 19-year-old 6'2", not the same size, but I think he's 6'1", 223. But he runs with the same reckless abandon. He's actually faster. His knock is he had a horrific knee injury in 2020. So that's going to knock him down dramatically in the draft pecking order. He did play last year. Obviously, he's played since from Florida State. But that's another reason why, when we were talking about Keon Coleman, why I said, when you think about it, Trey Benson was a menace. You know, you had to know where he was at all times, because he was a guy that absorbed contact and kept it pushing.
So this is actually really interesting. I'm really interested to see what these bigger guys do in the league, because if you look at where the league has gone now over the last 4 or 5 years, let's say, everybody's playing nickel, right? Because we all want to stop the pass.
Yeah.
You know, the next wave after this is going to be big backs, and now we're seeing it in this draft. There's a lot of good big backs coming, because I'm pretty sure that's what college has been doing too. College has been trying to stop the pass. Now here comes the run game.
Right.
And this is what we talked about. That might have been 4 or 5 weeks ago now, when we talked about the transition that used to go on back in the 2000s between the 4-3 and the 3-4. The 3-4. I could totally see that. You know, the run game and the pass game being the new trend, you know, going back and forth. So it'll be interesting to see for sure.
The last one I have is Kamani Vidal. He's out of Troy. Little guy. I think he's about 5'7", 202 maybe, somewhere in there. But he's the most receiver ready back in the draft. And you're looking at a 7th round draft pick for him. I mean, he's not going to be he's not going to wow you in the 40, but his get off, if you watch him on film, he hits a crease and he goes, and you know, so even at the lower level, Troy.
He's not actually fast.
I think he doesn't test it. He's not going to test as well as he actually is on the field. Okay. I think that's what you want.
You know, Bean loves that.
I know.
Run slow, please.
Like what was it? Pro Sports said so, or not Pro Sports? What's his name? What's the guy's name? Promo Sports.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you said, the good old guys. But no, Vidal is a small school back who has big potential, depending on how you use him. You know, like we definitely need to keep in mind that James Cook is here and he was a Pro Bowler for a reason. I'm not looking to replace him, but I'm looking to enhance him.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to have any further conversations on the mock draft, I'm going to post. Not you. You're going to be blocked after the show. You can see me on Twitter or our Facebook page, and we'll go through it and we have a nice little dialogue. But as it stands right now, I'm pushing up against it. So you got your 180 seconds. You going?
Yeah, no, it's not 180 seconds. Nice try. All right. Let me see if I can get this going here quickly for you.
No, you can. Yeah, you're right.
All right. I got to make sure this volume is right too. Okay, so
favorite part.
I'm gonna turn this down. All right. That should make it a lot more manageable. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I had a ball. I feel empty over here.
I felt his presence though. I felt I could have used him today at some points.
to elbow me in the side of the head. Yeah. Mac will be back with us on Monday. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. It's always a great time when we get in here. I just talked to a young lady the other day. Yeah, 90 seconds. I got this.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. No, I don't. So I just want to tell the story real quick. Like, talked to a young lady the other day, and she's a football fan, but she's one of those people that she don't really like asking questions about football because of the way that people talk about you or look at you funny. I kind of related it to black folk when you ask somebody to teach you how to play spades. Usually don't work out well for you when you ask somebody to teach you how to play spades. But anyway, we see ourselves as that door, that window, that opportunity for people who, you don't really know too much about sports, but you want to know more. Come hang out with us. You know what I mean? We don't mind being that avenue for you to grow in your wealth of knowledge for football and being able to, to talk the talk and walk the walk. So with that being said, Super Promo Sports, welcome to the show. Check us out on Monday. We keep going like this every single time we come out here, so I'm sure you'll enjoy what we're doing. Other than that, like, subscribe, pass along the word. We trying to grow. We trying to do more. Like I said, we got shorts coming out very, very soon. Other than that, Basketball Truth and Knowledge, the producer, my oldest son Junie, he's got his own channel. Check him out. Everything NBA that you could want. And I think that's it. So with that being said, I've done this in 180 seconds, like you said. This has been the Post Podium Podcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes. I have been your co-host Aramis,
and this is Key,
and we are out.
Deuces.